From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. How you doing on this Friday? Jason Ross here, bright and early. It is early. Not bright. Not yet. But there will be some sunshine. Got a little cup of sunshine right here. Jason Ross, Anthony Lucas. And I know some of you are saying, where's Dave, man? Well, story to share. So, Anthony, remember yesterday on the show, Dave, very open, always sharing, maybe oversharing. He says it sometimes, but look, we've grown to, care about what's going on in his life. And he said that he's had this ring, this Aura ring that his sister got for him because she was concerned about the little feller's health. And he said yesterday, I can't remember what he told us, but it was something like he basically was getting alerts that danger was coming because, was it his internal temperature? Like his temperature was rising.
Yeah, 1 degree.
His body temperature.
And it was like danger, danger, danger.
Yeah. And he said, all right, so I'm not going to freak out, but last time this happened, the next day or two, I think he said it was 2 days later, he was sick and really sick. So yesterday he tells us, I feel fine. He sounded fine. He had the ring on and danger, danger, danger. And this morning I got a text from Dave. He's like, this ring is unreal. I feel like bloop. And I talked to him on the drive in. It's down and out.
It happens. Those wearables, you'll find out you're sick immediately. Your body just tells you. It's crazy.
So here's my question as a very unofficial, to you, Dr. Anthony Lucas. So when he learned about that yesterday, was there anything he could have done in the short term, speedy recovery, damage control to not get sick, or was it inevitable?
I guess it depends on what he's sick with, because I have a Garmin watch that does a similar thing. It's like you slept horrible, and I'm like, I slept good, and it's like your heart rate was slightly off, and it counts the beats, how much time is between each beat or something. It's crazy. And I just take a ton of vitamin C, and then sometimes it works.
So I think this begs the question, do you enjoy knowing that information, or do you wish you didn't? Sometimes ignorance is bliss in these cases.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. Sometimes it's really bad. It'll tell you slept so bad. It gives you a body battery out of 100, and it's you are not.
18.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You shouldn't be awake. You got to go back to bed. And I'm like, I have to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes it's bad. Doesn't
that enter here now the rest of the day? You're like, yeah, well, I guess I slept terribly. That's why I'm having a bad day.
Yeah. I've learned to, because I got the watch to track my workouts. So it helps with recovery.
Okay.
But if I didn't work out, then I don't really pay attention to it.
How
unless
so in
I
the recovery?
Feel horrible. Well, if you do a really hard workout, it'll tell you how much time it'll take to recover from a run.
Oh.
And it's generally right.
I was going to say,
it's really good.
How do you feel about the accuracy?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
For that, it's good. I think everything else, take it with a grain of salt. But a full degree body temperature
That's a lot,
up,
actually.
that is something to consider.
And so he, unfortunately now for Dave, I mean, this part, I'm not even joking about all the stuff we're saying. I mean, he is sick, but he is getting close to I think one of the worst things that you can do is travel sick. So he has to fly home I think he said it was Sunday. Well, I can't remember. He'll be back over in Europe and then coming back. I don't. Anyway, doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound promising at all.
Yeah, traveling sick's the worst.
It is, and I know people have their ideas on masks and whatever, but like if you're sick, like try to be as careful as you can.
Yeah, don't get everyone sick.
So here's a story that my wife was on a flight a couple years ago, and this was probably when it was when COVID was more prominent and more talked about and more, it doesn't mean it's gone, but more of a mainstream concern, let's say it that way. I don't know any other way to put it. And it's not trying to get political on any of this stuff. Anyway, so she's in her seat and she hears the person behind her just coughing. All right. I mean, that happens. It's not comfortable, but it's like, man, something's wrong with them. They're definitely sick. So long story short on this, Anthony, she recognizes someone coming down the aisle, and it's someone that she knows I know too. My wife and I know. And it's like, hey, what are you doing here? And it's like, oh, I'm flying back. They were in a mutual location. They were flying back to Sacramento area, or it's the West Coast. And he's like, oh, well, what are you? And he's like, oh, I'm coming to see my wife. And then my wife turns around, and it's his wife is the one that's hacking up a storm behind them. He's like, wait, why aren't you guys sitting together? And he says on the plane, innocently enough, but he goes, oh, she has COVID.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
that's
not only he says it out loud, like one, he's choosing not to sit by her. Two, he's telling the two people that are next to her and the people within earshot that she has COVID and she's not wearing a mask. And you're going, and I hear you coughing. It's like, okay, did the whole plane just, and it was such a, I mean, he said it and went, oh yeah, I'm sitting up there. She has COVID. Like, oh my goodness, what are we doing?
That's too much.
So it's like, oh boy. But anyway, so another question, another offshoot of this, it's more of a deeper, like philosophical thought. Like, so this ring or your garment wearable or whatever.
Yeah. This is a watch.
Oh, you're wearing it now. Yeah. What's your intel? Like, how are we feeling?
Right now, heart rate's at 60, which is
very
like pretty.
Low.
Yeah, my heart rate's like low.
I have
like
a resting low heart rate too.
My sleeping heart rate's like in the 40s.
Wow. I think mine must be, I don't know, because my regular heartbeat's sometimes below 60, just chilling.
Moderately worrying, but
yeah,
it's fine.
I've had it where even like doctors like, ooh, let me check your pulse again. I go, no, it's low. It's low.
Yeah,
like,
it freaks me out. It freaks my mom out.
Yeah.
She was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. But continue. Sorry.
Any other info on there or just that?
Right now it's just that. I can go through and like look. It tells me the weather, which is nice.
Okay. Your weather or the weather?
The weather.
Okay.
And then I can go through like my old workouts and stuff and track weights and reps and sets and
gotcha.
Stuff.
Okay.
VO2 max is nice.
Oh, nice.
Have. Yeah.
So I guess my question would be, and this might be it, and maybe they've done this movie before, or like an interesting plot for a show or a movie. Do you think we would be better off as society or worse off if we knew our expiration date?
Our expiration date. There's
So, like,
definitely a movie about that.
Yeah, there's got to be, right? So like, and where it fits in line is someone that's younger or seemingly healthy, and it's like, hey, it's going to end on this date, and you're like, I'm 27. I don't think I have any physical ailments. Like, how? Like, oh shoot, am I going to be in an accident? Like, well, then I'll stay at home, or is it like a home invasion? Like, like, wouldn't that be a weird plot or premise? Or would we live differently? Would we live better? Would we live worse?
Oh, it's way worse.
You think we'd be worse as a
Yeah,
society?
you just gotta live. Just do stuff. If you
Well,
know,
you do.
like you.
No, I agree with that.
It's the same as like people act different if they know they're being watched or feel like they're being watched. So
True.
like there's a entire you know that there's something coming. You will not act normal no matter how much you try and forget it. It's like a subconscious thing.
Well, I also wonder if it's, and like any other part of society, like I'm sure would like, hey, if I knew my expiration date was in 3 months, whatever it is, would I try to do for the better good of, or my own selfish stuff, or like, hey, I've only got this time, let me see as many people, or let me just get crazy and do, who cares, And I don't know, I guess we would probably have a slice of everything, kind of like we do in the real world now.
Yeah. Someone said VO2 max from the wrist. That's not it's not just from my wrist. It's from like running data and like respiration stuff. It goes with other things too.
Yeah, isn't VO2 max kind of a big deal in a sense? Yeah. I don't know enough about it. I'm speaking
like you can calculate it via what it gives you. Because it's like breathing rate and stuff. It can track that.
And what's the importance of it again?
It's like the amount of oxygen that your body can like intake.
Okay.
Like per breath, something like that. I might be entirely wrong on the exact like usefulness of it, but higher the number, it feels better. It's good.
It's a fun guesstimation, and it's better than no information, but you can't take it too seriously.
True. That's correct.
Okay.
I like that.
Probably just like anything. Like if you put all your beliefs in whatever, whatever, health, something, like you it's good to have the information, to be aware, but
yeah,
you know.
To know you're going to get sick tomorrow is crazy.
That is wild. And I don't know. No, I do know. I would not like to know that, I don't think.
Yeah. I think, well, I feel like I've prevented it with the vitamin C thing that I said earlier.
Well,
you
that's
take
good.
a ton of vitamin C when it's like you might get sick tomorrow and you're just like, oh, okay, if I feel slightly off, then the watch got to be right.
Right.
And I got to take a bunch of vitamin C and then you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I guess it's reading your body, and sometimes we do a good job of it. Sometimes we don't. It's like, I can power through this. It's like, your body's telling you you're tired or you're getting weaker. Like, I don't know. How does your sickness, how do you feel like it manifests, like in you before it happens or as it's onset?
You just get like sleepy. I feel like that's the normal thing. You just get a little groggy. Brain fog, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think at all. I don't know what's going on.
Right. Like silly things like, where's my phone? I can't find my phone. And you're like, you're holding it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
Then I'm like, I'm probably sick. And because like I have allergies too. So I won't know unless there's those types of things. Because when you have allergies, it's just like the physical symptoms, but you feel fine mentally. But when you're sick, it's like I can't even read. I just look at like all the words just go together. I just become illiterate.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if I think it was last week. Yeah, I think it was last Friday because Dave, it was his travel day to go back there, and I remember like for me, my pattern if something makes me feel compelled to sneeze, it's usually like bang bang bang. Like I got like 3 sneezes, a couple hearty ones, and like last week, I think it was last Friday. Remember I had one. I'm like, ooh, that was on its own. Like, why was I one? And then I sneezed like independently a couple different times of the show, and then I felt sniffly and I'm like, oh boy, is something happening? And I remember I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a nap. It was before a Kings game. Got the nap in, came back. I'm like, I don't know if I beat it, but like I felt different. I felt good. I go, well, I think I was just end of the week, feeling tired. My body was tired. Take a little break, and then I was good.
Yeah, there's another thing that the wearables do. If you have like any alcohol, it tells you you're dying. Like it's just
what do you
straight
mean?
Like you could have like 1 beer and it'll tell you had the worst night's sleep of your life. Your heart rate is like but it's like not like you could feel completely normal. And it's like you had no recovery. You need to not go to the gym today. That was horrible. What happened? Are you okay? Like
wow.
You need to check on this. It's like it's weird. It's a weird.
And
thing.
did you feel what the watch was saying, or is it just like, I think they're going overboard here?
Sometimes they're going overboard, but it has made me like I'm not gonna drink when I like need to recover a ton. But it's kind of comical how much it like goes into panic mode. It probably does what it did to Dave.
Yeah,
where it was like you're sick.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I can. He sent me the text too. We also talked this morning. Let me see what it reads. Aura
rings are kind of crazy.
Yeah, Aura. Okay. Oh man, he gave me some of his numbers on here. Readiness. So I'm guessing is that your readiness for the day, and I don't know if it's out of 100, but he got a 43. Sleep, he got a 51. Activity was 72. His heart rate 89. But like, there's major signs, is what it read to him. Your biometrics continue to show major signs of something straining your body. Keep taking care and rest if you're feeling low on energy. That was the first part. And then, there's another more detailed major signs of strain. Yeah. So Oh, body temp was today. Remember yesterday it was +1?
Yeah.
It's +1.9.
Oh, he's like getting a fever. He's like sick.
Yeah.
That's rough. I don't think he could have prevented that.
Okay.
That sounds like, I feel like you get a fever, there's nothing. You could take stuff to make it better, but it's like not actually fixing the cause.
What is so let's say you get to that point. It's like, yeah, I'm sick, which, knock on wood, I mean, we all get there. I just haven't been there that much. And I was really worried about getting sick a lot based on my schedule with late nights into early mornings. And fortunately, I've been able to, knock on wood, do a pretty good job of that. But what's I don't know. Let's say this is your day. You're feeling like however Dave is feeling today. And it's like, yeah, it's what's your go-to? Like to feel better? Or just like, I don't know, today is a day like you're not working. I try to sleep. Usually my body, like if I'm tired, like I'll just sleep. I can't even prevent it. Yeah. But soup is always kind of like a chicken noodle soup. It's just, I know that's old school, but. Yeah. I'd have like I'm usually tea not in the morning either. And like ramen throughout the day. Yeah. But like if like your appetite's suppressed, you're tired, it's like, yeah. Saltines when you like just something. You just gotta have something. Yeah. I don't know. I when I was in college, I lived in San Francisco, and my room was horrible, and it had black mold in the closet. Oh. So when I got sick, I got like deathly ill, and I'm from here, so I would literally drive to my mom's house. Like when I got sick, I was like, I can't. Yeah, but that drive sucked, didn't it? Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah. Sometimes I would like. Yeah, no, it was fever dream of a drive. But if I stayed there, I would notice like I just would not get better. Yeah. And I didn't know that I wasn't living there knowing that there was black mold. I didn't know that it was in there until I moved out. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. Yeah. I was so like, I lived there for 2 years, that apartment. Yeah, it was a weird experience. Lawsuit? No, I don't know. No. Yeah. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see it. Yeah, there's something, I don't know how else to explain it. Like for me, like I think there's a general weakness that you feel, but like to me, I feel like it's in my legs. It's like if my legs just feel like they just feel weak, I'm like, yeah, I'm not right. A little shaky. Yeah. Can't lift the stuff that you thought you could. Yeah, you're like, just getting up, getting down. You're like, I just feel more comfortable just blah. So hopefully Dave's doing well, but I dread for him that flight home. I get like sinus headaches on flights when I'm sick. Yeah. And it's just the worst. Like right here, it feels like you're getting like stabbed. Like you're getting a lobotomy. Oh, no, wait, it's not a short flight. It doesn't even matter. It's just like going up and down. Well, yeah, the elevation and that pressure. And it could be a 10-minute flight. It's still the worst experience ever. Once you're up there, I feel like it's fine. Really? For me. Yeah, okay. You're just like laying there. Well, Dave, as we've learned on the way out, has a lie-down bed, and I don't know if he's going to shower beforehand like he did going out, but man, that stinks. Yeah, that's horrible. That's no fun. One other thing before we get to leading off, I have never been are you a coffee drinker? Yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. A lot of coffee. Yeah. So I don't know why. I love the smell of coffee. I like the taste of like coffee ice cream or coffee. I don't know any other coffee things there are, but I like it. I like the taste. Just never been a coffee drinker. Mm-hmm. And over the last week, I would say, and I've never really liked tea, but I've tried. My wife has tea all the time and like decaffeinated tea or whatever. So I'm not looking for the caffeine. It's just like maybe something warm to drink here in the wintertime. And she said, try one of these. So I tried a tea the other day. I'm like, you know what? Acceptable. Tried a different one yesterday. Acceptable. And I got my first one today from Starbucks. So nice that they write a delish on there. Nice. Unless that's how they thought I was. But anyway, it's okay. Yeah. What kind of tea? I think they said it was, and then I feel so, I'm not when I go to Starbucks and I see the menu, I'm like, what is all this? Are you embarrassed to say the name of the tea? Is it like no? Okay. I don't. So I go, hey, this is how I ordered. It was the drive-thru just right up here. I said, I'm sure you have. What's a good hot tea that you guys have? And then she's like, herbal, blah blah blah, or blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know what I have. Herbal? And she goes, well, the only one of those we have is this. And I said, Okay, is that good? She goes, well, my personal favorite, I think she said, is mint chamomile. And I went,
is that what you're drinking right now?
Yeah, is that good?
That's like to go to sleep.
Oh.
Chamomile's like sleepy time tea is like chamomile tea.
Oh, then maybe I shouldn't be happy. So again, ignorance. I have no idea.
It's just like calming.
Oh.
There's no caffeine in it.
Yeah, well, that's good, but
Yeah.
I don't think it'll. Well, who knows?
Yeah,
I'm asleep by. But it's all right. So I took her suggestion. I don't know. I just I don't like being in that spot. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm ordering. Let me try a tea from someplace besides. I just made it from home the last 2 days. Like, I'm gonna try another tea. Let me go and purchase one.
Yeah, you gotta just pick a random one.
Which I feel like I did. This was her.
Yeah.
So mint chamomile generally is like for nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like chamomile tea is just a nighttime thing in general in my head. But yeah, it's not just for sleep. It's like it said in the chat. But like for me, it's too relaxing for me to have in the morning. As like an avid, I like caffeine.
Okay.
So if I had that in the morning, I'd go right back to bed. Sometimes
Really?
I drink coffee and I'm like, that's so warm and nice. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah.
Even fully caffeinated.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, one of my, I say knock on wood, superpowers is I can sleep pretty much anytime, anywhere. So like, if I were to have caffeine, if I had a soda at, I don't know, late at night, which I really don't, but if I did, like, oh, are you afraid you can't go? No, I can go to sleep. If I lay down, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I used to have friends or different, like, oh, well, I went to bed at 10, but I fell asleep at 1. I'm like, what? What
are you
I
doing?
read or just thoughts or whatever, watch some TV. I'm like, oh, if I go to the bedroom and lay down, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely out.
I can get lost on my phone.
I try
That's an
not
issue.
to, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody's a little guilty. But I try just like, all right, make sure my alarm's set, put it on the side of the bed, and then out. Because
Yeah.
otherwise it's like, I'm just going to scroll for a few minutes. I'm like, whoa, I've been doing this for 30, 45. And I was like, nah, let's go to bed.
Yeah. I've started just leaving my phone outside of my bedroom. And I have like an alarm clock in my bedroom. But I'm just trying to get away from, I don't want to be on my phone.
I would, yeah. I mean, I say it's a necessity. No, there's never a necessity on anything because we used to not have this years ago. But like around this time, we're a week from the trade deadline. It's like everything.
Yeah.
Like I love it for the information, but there's a lot of bad information or a lot of just dangerous stuff. Not even dangerous, but it's like a time suck. And it's like, what am I doing? These videos are funny, but why am I watching all of them?
Yeah.
And then you get in this weird algorithm and you're watching everything.
If I'm not in here, like near my laptop, I wouldn't find out Giannis was traded if
Right.
Giannis got traded until
Yeah.
like my friends texted me.
Yeah.
Which is a moderate issue. But before, when I had like all my social medias that I was on all the time, it was way worse. Like I was
Yeah.
just on there way too much. I knew a lot more about like current sports events.
But do we need all
I
of it?
don't need to know all that.
Yeah. I think if I were,
I mean, I do need to know when Giannis gets traded.
yeah, I
That
think
is-
if I stopped this job today, I would still have the platforms. I don't really post much, which I probably should post more, but I would read it, but just way less. It's like, oh, what's going on? Where now it's like you just kind of need to be constantly figuring out what is going on. All right, we got a big show today. Before we get to all of that, what do you say we should we lead off? Yeah, let's
do it.
Let's lead off.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Inbounds pass, Embiid gives to Maxey, drives, high window flip, fouled, and he scores with 1.3 seconds to go. The All-Star, Tyrese Maxey. And that is just an absolute heartbreaker for the Kings. He'll have a chance for a three-point play and a three-point lead. It's 113-111, only 1.3 seconds to go, no timeouts for Sacramento. So it's almost an impossible situation. Maxey, 12 for 12 at the free throw line, has a 40-point ball game. 5th time this year he's scored 40 or more. Now he's hearing the MVP chants once again.
Yeah, saw it happen last night. Listened to it happen. I don't have to relive it. Yeah, we will talk a lot about the Kings today. Kings losing to Philadelphia. Much, much, much better game than they played against New York. I thought the Knicks were terrible. I thought it was sloppy. I thought the Kings were bad. Yesterday, better. I mean, it was better. I don't know what, in the end, what that's worth. And you've got a camp of people that are enjoying that they lost. And I get it. That's fine. And with the loss and with Washington's win, Sacramento Kings are tied for the worst record in the NBA.
One step closer.
To?
AJ?
Okay. Oh, to the number one pick?
Yeah.
It's locked in?
Sure. Why not?
Wouldn't it be easier if it really was like the NFL? Because then it makes my skin crawl, this idea. And I mean, Dave wants it, and people explained it. I understand the rationale. I do. I hate being the worst team in the league. I hate it.
Oh, I hate it too.
I hate it.
I hate that they booed yesterday when they were like the Sixers
like they were
fans were
embarrassed
booing.
they're losing to the
like
Kings.
you guys are losing to the Kings right now.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be that team. They are.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I will wrap my head around it better if in May, when it's like with the first pick, the Sacramento Kings will have the first pick in the 2026 NBA draft. Like, all right, I hated that, but what if they're the fourth worst and that gets it? I would like that better. I would like it better. Still terrible. Still a bad team.
Yeah, this is all bad.
It is all bad. All right, quickly, let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
The Knicks, Heat, Timberwolves, and Warriors are among the strongest suitors right now for Giannis. The big key in all of this, though, is the price point, and my understanding is the Milwaukee Bucks have indicated to rival teams making offers that they want a young, blue-chip talent and or a surplus of draft picks in any Giannis deal.
They should. That's Shams. Yes, Milwaukee's targets should be another potential SGA. Let's put it that way. I mean, that's like the gold standard. Like the Clippers trade and OKC made. Really, the meat of that at the time was the amount of draft picks that were coming back to OKC, but also thrown in was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was the young blue chip prospect. Well, he became one of the best players in the league. You hope Milwaukee can strike gold as much as that, but they should be targeting a return of a young player or two and draft compensation. That's what they should be going for as they look to possibly move on from Giannis. I think they will. I think it's going to happen between now and the deadline, and we'll get into that between now and the end of the show. Remember, yesterday we missed out on Sam Amik. We're not missing out on Sam today. He is going to join us at 8 o'clock. Lots to get to today. We'll wrap it up at the end of the show with Friday Fun and Games. We got a Kings Rewind in there, 3 for Madness, 4 down territory. It's a jam-packed show. Jason Ross, Anthony Lucas here. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at that game yesterday between the Kings and the Sixers. That's straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
This is Bill Cartwright. Join us Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez, he's a lawyer right here in downtown Sacramento. And talk about being good at your job. How about being undefeated as a trial lawyer in the years of 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019? Never lost. He was killing it, still has, and he is a guy that can really help you in a lot of different ways, whether you're looking for the need of criminal defense. Maybe you've been involved in an auto accident. You need some help there, some advice. How about a wrongful termination case, sexual harassment case, or something that you did before that you'd like removed from your record? It's just kind of hanging there and has been bothering you and you'd like it removed. Well, he can help with that. He has done that. It's called an expungement. In his years of experience being local here, wants to help people in our region and has helped people in our region. No case is too big or too small. Feel free to check out the site at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187. It's Jonathan Gonzalez, Gonzalez Law, saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, 916-339-1140 is how you can text in on the show, or call the show as well. That number, or 1-800-920-1140. Jason Ross, Anthony Lucas, Christopher Laud. Planned time off. He's on a little mini vacation. Good for Chris. Dave was supposed to be with us today, but the ring never lies. His Aura ring was telling him yesterday, be alert, danger, danger, Will Robinson. Well, it's facts. Dave is under the weather, and so it's tough being away from home when you're sick, and traveling back will be a beast for him. So hopefully he'll be back with us on Monday. Anthony, are you at all into, in any way, shape, or form, tennis?
I moderately.
Yeah.
Like, played it in PE.
You played tennis in PE?
Yeah, we had tennis courts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Lincoln High School.
Our Lincoln, like here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am watching, it's live, the Australian Open, and Novak Djokovic, one of the all-time greats, taking on Yannick Sinner. It's a great match. It just ended. Spoiler alert if you're, I don't know who's recording that, but maybe you are. Well, I won't even say who won. How about that? But the point being, it's like tennis majors at the end. Like, I think it's really great tennis.
Yeah.
I used to watch it a lot. I used to play it more when I was a kid all the time. But I don't watch other tournaments, but like the majors when they're on, like.
I do too.
I think the end is awesome.
Yeah, I see it on social media, like when they show like the exciting parts.
Great
like,
rallies.
Right now, I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Like on Twitter, they're showing the match between Carlos Alcaraz. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And Alexander. I'm not even gonna try.
No, try it. Zarenkov? No, what's his name? Let me see.
Zverev.
I forget how you say him. Yeah, so I think like you got four of the best at the end, which is great.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like it's a weird sport in the sense that just moments ago, one of the two, I'm not trying to spoil anything, had like double match point, and you're going, well, this is over, and they're serving, and then boom, rally, saves alive. Then the next one's like, all right, you staved off one match point. The next one, just the guy who's down, who takes the serve, just looks like he's absolutely in just the worst position, somehow saves the point. Then you go to deuce, and you're like, man. And then since then, 2 more points for the guy that was serving for the win and won. But I don't know. A lot of times that thing can go for a long, long time. You just go, it's singles. It's the mental gymnastics of it. Like, just you're out there by yourself when you're you're rallying or when you're falling apart. I just think it's a great mental challenge sport.
It's very cinematic.
Yes.
You kind of like get to see their face. It's kind of like baseball.
Yeah.
I feel like baseball is a very cinematic sport.
And then even to the point where like you'll see this where someone in any time will make a great point or have a great rally, and they're even if the fans aren't cheering for them, like they're internally or externally are like, yeah, come on. And it's like they're just doing it for themselves to get them rallied up. It's just, I don't know. I've always been drawn to it. I don't watch it like all the time at all, but I think it's still pretty good theater.
Yeah. And their outfits are funny.
Funny outfits.
Yeah, funny outfits.
Yeah. Anyway, last night, the Sacramento Kings in action as they were in Philadelphia. This road trip has been as expected, honestly. I mean, I think the Kings tonight, when they play Boston, ends a stretch of 7 consecutive games against teams above 500. Remember when we were saying the Kings' schedule was going to lighten up? When was that?
So long ago.
Yeah, it's coming, but I mean, at this point, who knows? We were talking about the losing, how bad it is. Let me see. You play to win the game. I hate this losing stuff. It's not great being the laughingstock of the league. Now, I don't know if, well, yeah, they are. I guess I was saying, I don't know if I feel like the Kings are the laughingstock of the league. I guess they are, but I feel like people just aren't even talking about them, which is, they shouldn't. I'm not saying they should.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they are the laughingstock of the league. Like, they made moves that people don't understand.
Yeah.
I think that there's always one, and I don't know who else it would be right now. Like, what team is like, say you're like at the water cooler or something, and you at work, and not everyone's a Kings fan. Like, who is talking, and then as soon as a Kings fan talks, it's like, oh, your team's not even in it. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
I've been there before.
I'll take the 5 teams that are the worst, that all have 12 wins. So the Kings are last with New Orleans because they have the most losses. They've played 3 more games, for example, than the Nets and the Wizards. But the Nets make sense to me where they are.
Yeah.
The Wizards make sense to me where they are. Indiana doesn't, and I know the first was, well, Tyrese Halliburton's out. I get it, and so is Miles. They traded Miles Turner. But I did not see them being 12-36. Honestly, I thought the Pacers would still compete. They were good last year when they didn't have Halliburton, and I thought they would be, I mean, look what Boston's doing. I thought they could be, I don't know, 6th seed in the East. I did not think they'd be 12-36, so I don't entirely understand that. I think the Kings are a lot like the team they're tied with, the Pelicans, where you go, wait, there's people that, you know, Trey Murphy, there's Zion, there's Derek Queen actually has played well as a rookie. Like, it's not an embarrassing roster. And they're not fully young like the Wizards and the Nets where they tore it all down. You're like, I'm not fully understanding why they're 12-37, a little bit like the Kings.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're not great. I'm not trying to paint a picture like, hey, this team should be.
For the Pelicans or for the Pacers?
The Pelicans.
For the Pelicans, yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
What's been going on in New Orleans since 2019 has made no sense to me.
Yeah. And so the Kings are in that group. And again, for the better part of 41 seasons now here in Sacramento, they have been a losing team. This isn't new. They've had a couple different runs at being moderately successful with the one great run of the 8 years. But I still have a hard time believing that this team, this group, could possibly be the worst Sacramento Kings team ever. That's a hard one to explain.
It is weird. Just for context, I'm 24. My entire life, I feel like the Kings have been bad, but right now it just feels so different. Like, it's such a weird feeling. Yeah,
and I'm trying to compare, like, the team that won 17 games, that was the worst in the league, and that got was supposed to get the number 1 pick, and then got 4. It was like, that was just a bad team. Like, you knew it. Like, again, I didn't have them as a playoff team. Most people didn't have them as a playoff team, but I thought they'd be around 30 wins.
Yeah.
And this team, it's going to be tough to get to 20. They might, but I mean, they're 12-30. Tonight's the 50th game of the year, and they have 12 wins.
Yeah, and I think that it sucks. We already talked about how it's horrible being the laughingstock of the league. You don't want to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
But is it worse than being stuck in that mediocrity? Like, I think that after the De'Aaron trade, I felt such dread of like we didn't do it. We didn't get anything for future assets with that, anything meaningful there. Like obviously Zach's a great player, but we've seen how that's kind of working out here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I know what you're saying as far as, bottom out so you have better chance at a higher
But I don't
pick.
want to say that. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's not something that I'm advocating for. I don't want them to – obviously, I don't want the players or the coach to ever try and lose.
No, and the players don't and the coach doesn't. I think the organization can make things more difficult. I still think, though, if you watch it – here's the other puzzle to me, Anthony, about this team. There's a statement that a lot of people just throw out. Like, a lot of times we get caught in blanket statements. So bottom out, like that's the fix. Well, it's not. It can be, but it's not like foolproof. The other one is play the young guys. Okay. One, I would say, what is that defined as? In my mind, when you're saying that, it's Cardwell, it's Neek, it's Reynaud, which they already play, but maybe you say play more. Carter, okay. There's not six other. Like, there's not 8 young guys that they're not playing. And then if we strip it all down and you really go on a game-by-game basis, the production that's being done on this team is by the veterans.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
By DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. I mean, and you could pick your game. Russ has had his game. Sabonis. Like, they've all had good games individually. But the bulk of the work, the bulk of the points, the bulk of the assists, the bulk of the rebounds is by the veterans. Now, that has also led them to 12-37. I'm not trying to say anything more than that, but when you strip it down and say, just play the young guys, and if after the deadline, I believe there's about 25 games, and if somehow they get into a group if Keon's still here, and it's Keon, I'm trying to come up with that lineup. I guess it would be like Keon, Carter, I'll throw in Keegan,
Neek,
and Reynaud with Cardwell playing a ton off the bench. I don't know. I don't know what that'll look like, but I guess, it can't be any worse than this. Probably is the thought. How do you handle the veterans? Oh, I don't care about the veterans. Easier for you to say that when, are you in the bus? Are you in the plane? Are you in the film session? Are these guys that are future Hall of Famers trying to understand? Like, again, there's politics. I don't think any of this is easy. They've got a full-on mess. They know it. And that's why since the beginning of this season, I'm like, can they speed up the process and make some trades? And it's like the time now where the league, it's almost impossible to do it. It's not, but it's really, really difficult, and you don't make a trade just to make a trade. It's this vicious cycle that this team is in. Boy, that got depressing. Anyway, Kings are 12-37, tied with New Orleans after the loss when we come back. All right, we will get to some of the highlights. We'll kind of have an audio recap as crafted by the G-Man last night. The loss, a competitive loss, so that's probably what a lot of people like to see. But they did lose to the Sixers. We'll let you know how it happened next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's happening for the Start Something New sales event?
If you're struggling to find the heavy-duty Ram you need, you'll find it at Hoblet. Plus, right now you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500s, starting as low as $46,995.
Well, what makes Hoblet the best place to get a new Ram truck?
It's simple. We are truck people and have the truck you want at the best prices. We have over 400 new Rams available, one of the best selections of new Rams in all of California. Unlike the other guys that only have a handful of heavy-duty Rams, we have hundreds. If you need a heavy-duty Ram, Hoblet has it.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$12,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $3,500 factory rebates and $9,000 Hoblet discounts. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. 5 of this net savings, $46,995 for 2026 Ram 2500 tradesman. VIN number 190143. See dealer for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors. Locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need. From reliable printers to high-performance copiers, we'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Right now at Elk Grove Honda, you can lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sports Sedan for only $39.99 down, including first payment due at lease inception, excluding tax and license. 35 monthly payments of $299 plus tax, license, and 0 security deposit on approved credit. Mileage in excess of 10,000 per year at 20 cents per mile. It really is the lease you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
A reminder, coming up at 8 o'clock, the great Sam Amik from The Athletic. The latest intel with the NBA trade deadline 6 days away. Man. Trade deadline. I just, over the last couple of years, you know, I'm going back 5-6 years now to have guys like Durant, Kyrie traded. Last year, Fox, Luka. Could we have Giannis? I mean, it's so funny that I think the general premise is it's really difficult to make a trade right now, yet the best or second or third best player in the league might get dealt. That's crazy.
Yeah, but only because he forced it.
Yeah.
I feel like no trades would have happened if these players weren't kind of forcing their way out.
And just thinking about the Milwaukee situation, everything you hear now, again, what's real, what's not, was like they were looking to add because they were trying to please Giannis, which I would too if I had him. But every time I kept looking at that, I go, gosh, I think they're at the spot. I hate it. I hate it for them because I try to put myself, Anthony, in the King's shoes. Like if we had Giannis, if Giannis was a King and had the exact career here, so he helped get the Kings a title, forever grateful, forever a legend, the greatest King of all time, statue, jersey, all that stuff. But we're here now, and he's like, we got to trade him.
Yeah.
That's a terrible spot to be in.
It's a bad spot to be in when you fully committed your franchise to a person. Even before they won a title, I think that there was moments where he felt like the Bucks weren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
And he hinted before they won the title that he wanted out.
And their little bites at it, like I think the Lillard one was like, ooh, that's a big move, and that just didn't pan out. I mean, you can't plan for injury. But then it makes you think about like Steph and the Warriors have either done a better job at it or just got luckier. I don't know that they had this long run and they're still trying to stay relevant. The Joker in Denver, there's other people that have been franchise players that have stayed on a franchise and they've been able to keep that guy.
Well, Jokic had or has Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Steph has Draymond.
Yeah.
There's like core
But Steph
teams.
and Draymond's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had Clay and they had Jordan
That helped.
Poole in the second time.
And then Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah, just my goodness. All right. Well, last night the Kings were in action, and they took on Philadelphia. Let's do a listen back to how it all played out. Yeah, there was another different starting lineup. Zach LaVine was back, but he was coming off the bench. Malik Monk, he was still hurt. Russell Westbrook was out. So who would start to take over? Well, this guy has clearly, to me, been the best player all season long, and it's been DeMar DeRozan.
LaVine's on the left angle in three-point range. Spins a pass to DeRozan, baseline left. One dribble, off the bounce, pulls up and hits about a 16-foot two-pointer to make it 24-21. So LaVine adds to his, DeRozan adds to his tally. LaVine with the assist.
Yeah, so DeRozan with a strong first quarter. He had 10. Embiid had 10. 28-25 Philadelphia after one quarter of play. We go to the second quarter, and kind of a preview of who would be a problem for the Kings. It was Tyrese Maxey.
LaVine has it, drives to his left, gets into the paint, reaches on a reverse, blocked over the shoulder. Great defense down inside, and I think that was Bona who got a hand on that one to block the shot attempt. Here's Maxey with a crossover move, drive, scoop, scores, coming down the left side of the lane. Timeout taken by Doug Christie. Sixers now have their biggest lead of the ball game. They're up 36-29.
Yeah, so the Sixers' largest lead of the game would end up being 8 points. That's it right there. So Sacramento was staying close. At the half, it was 60-54. Maxey with 23. Embiid had 19. DeRozan had 21. Schroeder in the start had 14 points. So let's get to the third quarter for the Sacramento Kings. And we mentioned Schroeder playing well. Well, he was cooking for Sacramento.
Precious Achiuwa with the rebound. Can the Kings capitalize on this trip to regain the advantage? Schroeder the initiator. Screen from Achiuwa. Dennis tees up the three. He scores the three-pointer. Sacramento goes on top 77-75. That equals their 2-0 start in this ball game as their biggest lead.
All right, that's the three there. But how about to end the quarter? The Kings finish the quarter in style for Keon Ellis.
8 seconds on the clock. LaVine now drives, probes, keeps the dribble alive, spins, dumps it out to Ellis. 1 second to fire the three. He scores the triple at the buzzer. Keon Ellis did a great job of getting that off in the nick of time. 92-88. Sacramento up 4 with 12 minutes to play in this contest.
And that lead would grow to 11 in the fourth quarter. So would the streak end for the Kings? Well, then it just started to shrink quickly, and it's just minute by minute. I keep a running tally of the game, how it's going. So, for example, we'll take you to the last 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go. Kings up by 8. All right. 7 minutes to go. Kings up by 10. 6 minutes to go. Kings up by 6. 5 minutes to go, down to 4. 4 minutes to go, down to it's happening. 3 minutes to go, tie game. 2 minutes left, Philly's up 1. It just was going back and forth. Let's take you to the closing parts of the game. Here's Joel Embiid.
Handling the ball for Philadelphia is Tyrese Maxey. He finds Paul George on the right wing, holds it above his head, brings it down to waist level, now enters a pass to Embiid. Baseline turnaround, floater, good. 105-103, put it high, very soft off the top of the backboard, and it fell in. That little teardrop floater to make it 105-103.
All right, so Philly then goes up 109-108. We're under 2 minutes to go, and the Kings now trailing for the first time until they get the lead back.
Edgecombe and Sabonis were both on the floor. Here's the inbounds. DeRozan goes to work. Gets a screen from LaVine. Rolls to his left. Double to LaVine. Wide open. Right wing for the lead. He's got the triple. Zach LaVine from downtown makes it 111-109.
All right, then Tyrese Maxey would tie the game with a couple of free throws, and you know how it ended.
Inbounds pass. Embiid gives to Maxey. Drives. High window flip. Fouled, and he scores with 1.3 seconds to go. The All-Star, Tyrese Maxey. And that is just an absolute heartbreaker for the Kings.
And then, ironically, Maxey, we probably, as Kings fans, wanted to see him make the free throw. I don't think he meant to miss it, but he did, made it a little more difficult for the Kings.
He misses it. Rebound. LaVine, horn sounds before he can launch a desperate 70-foot heave. And the 76ers win the ball game 113-111.
So that is how it played out last night. We'll have more on that coming up. Before we break here in this first hour, let's check in this morning on the phone lines with Gary. Gary, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
You got
I just wanted to comment on the Kings and, our lack thereof to be able to get better. And I don't know what it is. I'm thinking maybe Sacramento's cursed, but I find ourselves back at that point now that we've been at for a while, that we're just happy to have a team, and if we can be competitive, forget what our record is. I mean, my thought is that when you miss a draft pick like Doncic, I mean, that sets you back 15 years when you miss a draft like that. And Doncic hasn't been in the league for 15 years, so I just don't feel that optimistic about us getting all that much better in the next 5 years or so. But, we should be used to it by now, honestly. And but they're still our Kings, guys. Thanks for taking our call.
There you go. Thank you, Gary. And that I guess, overall is kind of what I was getting at earlier when we were talking about I don't like to see this team being the worst team, and I get the benefit of what that could be is meaning that you pick first, pick second, pick third, pick high in the draft. The whole point on that is it's back to drafting correctly, right? So if the Kings pick first, if the Kings win the lottery, I will be thrilled about that because I think it's set one. It feels like in a miserable year, you have won something. You have control of the draft. I would assume that they would take that pick, but you get a sweet deal from someone that goes, we're going to give you this player, and this, and future picks for number one. Maybe you do it. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but you have the chips. You have an asset that everyone else may want. But what does it get down to? You have to draft properly. And I know Anthony mentioned it earlier, kind of that middle ground is probably the worst spot to be in. I'd agree. But what if you found the gem of the draft at 12? You're picking 12th. That's not a great spot to be. What if you got the best player that became an all-star, became the figurehead of the franchise and one of the faces of the league? It can happen. It has happened. It hasn't happened here. And that's the problem. They have missed too many times. And so everything they do to get better, they can't miss. And you can't miss at the rate they've been missing. You're not going to be perfect. They just got to get their percentages have to be much, much better with Scott Perry and the moves they have going forward. All right, much more coming up in this next hour. We will have our Kings Rewind. We will look at last night in the NBA, but when we come back, 3 for Madness, 3 questions, 3 answers. That's all coming up on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Elk Grove Honda, you can drive a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport and enjoy a tradition begun with the first Accord in 1976. Ask about the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door in the valley, some dense fog. Expect some reduced visibility during the morning commute. And then the fog fades. We're looking at partly cloudy skies today with light north winds and highs peaking in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Need your match on ZipRecruiter.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. All your roles, fill them sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we're going to get to 3 for Madness here in just moments. Jason Ross, Anthony Lucas, Christopher Lott is off. Dave is not feeling well if you're joining us late. His ring warned us. His Aura ring. I think that's the ring he has.
Yeah.
Aura. That's the company?
Yeah, it's the company.
Okay. And so his temperature was rising yesterday, his internal temp, and it's even higher today. And yeah, talking to him earlier today, not doing well. So hopefully a speedy recovery for him. And traveling back home sick is not going to be fun. So I hope that goes well as well as it possibly can for Carmichael Dave. Again, 3 for Madness coming up in a moment. Anthony, we're talking tennis of all things earlier. I'm going to play my first round of golf in 2026. I mean, I guess it's still only January today. After the show, there's a tournament with Sac State.
All right.
I guess, I don't know if I'll get a full round in because I got to be back pretty quickly for Kings basketball.
True.
But do you golf?
Not often. My friends golf, and I just kind of tag along. You know, they let me. I
you just ride in the cart?
I legitimately just hang out.
Really?
Well, I play sometimes. I don't. Sometimes I just don't want to pay. You know, so I just show up, and they're like, "Yeah, you don't have to pay if you just hang out in the cart." And then sometimes, like, my friends let me like hit one of them. You know.
How's that go?
Bad.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it. I'm just there for a social time. I'm not a very competitive. I'm competitive in like other sports.
Okay, but not golf.
No, not golf. It's too chill. Like we're all hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So music or food,
Yeah.
drinks, whatever, just talking.
It's mainly my friends getting mad that they're not beating their like personal like best score.
That's dangerous.
They're
Golf is
just
humbling.
Yeah, none of them are mad that they're not beating each other. It's like,
well, that's good.
I would have made that yesterday. Like this is so dumb. That would have made everything better. It's
probably an interesting visual for you to see that and hear that when you're going like,
yeah,
you're not that good or you are good. I don't know what's going on with you today.
Yeah, I'm just picking the music.
Yeah,
I'm just
the
like,
DJ
yeah,
in the
man,
cart.
sure.
Well, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I was getting a text on this on my personal text line. I think one of the last times I played was, for this. So there was a long drive. No, it wasn't even a long drive competition. It was two parts. It was a long drive competition with accuracy. So if you could go to this thing and they had the shot tracker and everything.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, you're supposed to guess pre-shot how far you think you could hit the tee shot. And then, so there was a competition to how close you were to that. And then the second part was like literally the longest drive. So if you said, I can hit this 225 and you hit it 225, then you have very good knowledge of your swing. And, there's a point for that and then, or something for that, the closest on that.
Sounds fun.
And then whoever hit it the furthest. So at the time, I think the record, the longest drive was something like, and I don't have it on my phone anymore, the picture, but let's say, I think it was something like 268 or so, 260 something. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not beating that. I can't hit that far. I just don't. And guys in my group could hit it. They could really hit it. And they were guessing somewhere around there and we're swinging hard and going for it and would crush, but they were off and it was more advantageous to be down the middle. So I think I think I can hit mine 225. I think I said 225 because I know it was way lower than their guesses. And I hit it good and it was straight. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to be really close to my number. And then they said something like, you hit it 270 and yours is the farthest. And I'm like,
wow.
I didn't. Like, I just know that I'm sorry to question your equipment, but I am questioning this shot tracker. I did not hit that 270. There's no way. I've never hit a drive that far. And so for the moment, Anthony, I had the top, like I took a picture. I put my name on the board. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this picture because I don't believe
this will never happen again.
It won't. And then even people that I've played with, like Scott Marsh was a few groups back, Frank LaRosa people, G-Man, they're like, wow, we saw that you hit one, like they knew better. Like I don't hit it that far. So the funniest part about it is I hit that and one of the other guys, Scott that used to work here, hit one just a mile. I mean, he tanked it, but it was to the right. It was off the fairway. And I'm like, but look, his is way farther than mine. And it said, no, you'll see it's like a little bit of when you get down there, you'll realize yours is farther. I'm like, I've played golf for 40-something years. There's no way my ball is longer hit than his. He's like, you'll see when you get down there. I'm like, okay. And it's best ball, so you want to play the best situation you have. And yes, mine was in the fairway. His wasn't that far off the fairway. We get up there, I'm like, he's like 30 yards ahead of mine. I know your equipment's wrong. I'm like, thank you. I'll take the picture. But yeah.
So it wasn't like it read the wrong ball. It just thought
I don't know what it did.
Everything was wrong.
I mean, as I hit it, I go, I think I guessed, like, I might be within 3 to 5 yards of my prediction. And they're like, whoa, you hit it 270. I'm like, okay. I thought they were kidding. And they're like, no, you're the leader right now. I'm like,
you thought they were bullying you.
I took the picture because I didn't believe it. I don't think it's real.
It's all a big joke.
It was a big joke. Someone pranked me, and I'm okay with it. I got a picture for keepsake. All right, question number 1.
The Super Bowl is just over a week away. What are some of your favorite Super Bowl memories?
Okay, here's going to be a random one from when I was a kid. And I'm going to have some of the information wrong, and if my brother's listening, he'll text me because he'll probably remember better. My older brother is 4 years older than me. We went to a Super Bowl party, and when you're a kid, you're like, I don't know. I'm with my dad, I'm with my brother. I'm cool. We're going to go watch football. It was the Raiders, and then they were the Redskins, Washington Redskins. 83, I believe. And my dad had friends at the time in Southern California that worked with the Lakers. I don't know whose house we were at. It was a nice house.
Playboy Mansion.
It was. I'm in the cove with the bunnies. And there were Lakers there. Like Lakers of that time. And Michael Cooper was definitely there. Kurt Rambis was definitely there.
That's crazy.
In my mind, because Magic Johnson at the time was like my just total, like that was, I feel like he was there, but now I'm like, am I morphing a dream into a reality, but what was I doing at a Super Bowl party that had Lakers? Like there's pictures of me like playing catch with, I think like with Kurt Rambis.
Yeah. What were you doing there?
I don't know.
I'm with you. That's
think
so crazy.
My dad's friend was maybe the head of tickets or like in the ticket department with the Lakers.
How big of a party was it? Like, were there a lot of people there? Or were you there with like 10 people and half of them were Lakers?
It was bigger than that. But it wasn't hundreds, but it was 50, 40 people. I mean, it's a good-sized party.
That's pretty big.
It wasn't just like 4 Lakers and my dad and my brother and I and my dad's friend. But also, I think my dad's friend, this is why I think Magic was there, because I do know this. My dad's friend was really good friends with Magic's agent, Lon something. And, yeah, again, like that's a memory. And then at the time, I wanted the Raiders to win, and the Raiders won. So, like, that is a great memory that's obviously faded a bit. I wish I had more of it. But, like, in my mind, like, what was I doing there?
Yeah. That's interesting because when I saw this question, I didn't think about it in terms of like where I was or what was going on outside of the game.
You were thinking more of the game specific.
I was thinking like what play do I remember the most?
Well, let's do both of those for you. Do you have like just a Super Bowl party, a Super Bowl that you remember watching at your house or a friend's house or anything related to that?
I think similarly, I was really young, and in Lincoln, I used to live on the street that was like pretty closed off. It wasn't like a court or anything, but it was kind of out of the way, and we would kind of shut down the whole block and have block parties for stuff
that's
like
cool.
that. Yeah, so like 4th of July would be shut down. Someone would host like various things. We'd kind of walk from garage to garage and stuff. So there was Packers Steelers, and I was really young. I don't remember when this was. I must have been like 9. And like Aaron Rodgers is from here, and he was young at the time, and everyone on the street were Steelers fans. I'm a 49er fan, but at the time I don't know what's going on. I didn't care all that much, but I was just like, yeah, I'm going for the Packers, and it was fun because I was. It's a fever dream. I was just walking around. It's kind of similar to that, but there weren't Lakers there.
It's so
there was
random.
like 50 people there, and it was a really fun time. And it's probably the biggest festivity I've been to in terms of the Super Bowl, and I just remember it being a good time.
Yeah, I have another one that's off. It's related to the game, but it wasn't. It's more of the location. We used to have bigger Super Bowl parties for the station. So this is going to go back to the Bears and Colts. And so it's Rex Grossman versus Peyton Manning. So Peyton, the Colts won this one, but we had some sort of sponsored giveaway, Anthony, at the and we're in at the Radisson, some hotel here nearby. That it was a good crowded room. We had guests beforehand, and I bet we had I don't know if we had 1,000, but several hundred people there watching the Super Bowl. Like it was at the time Sports 1140 Super Bowl party. So big screen, we're all watching the game. But we had a giveaway and it was a raffle or a drawing or something, like if the opening kickoff was taken back for a touchdown, I want to say, I don't know what our prize was, but it was a significant prize, like where there's insurance involved. And I don't know, I'm going to butcher the number. Let's just pretend $10,000 to the winner. And,
something crazy.
20-something years ago.
Yeah.
And so it would have been like, all right, good luck on the opening kickoff. Draw the raffle. Anthony Lucas, if the opening kickoff is taken back, you get $10,000. Kickoff goes to Devin Hester. Devin Hester, pass the 5. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. And so there were Colts fans there. There were Bears fans there. But there was everybody rooting for the opening kickoff. And he took it back. And so we had a listener that went nuts and won the raffle or won the prize. And it was like, holy cow. That was a really cool moment to see someone – the name picked. We're all kind of rooting for like, what could you imagine if the opening kickoff is taken?
Yeah.
And it was.
That's awesome.
So they won a bunch of money, and that was really cool. As far as the game goes, There was a stretch. So now back to when I was younger, like where the Super Bowl was. Like I remember, I think SI even had like Super Bore because there was a bunch of blowouts. Like there was a stretch where, like once the Niners were killing everybody, it was just a bunch of blowouts in a row. And then I feel like there was about a 15 to 20 year stretch where the game was amazing.
Yeah.
And last year we had a blowout, which I do you remember much from the Eagles-Chiefs game last year?
Yeah. It was weird. Like, I was at my friend's house, and we're all just, like, kind of sad Niner fans. Something similar is probably going to happen this year. But it's just like you're watching two teams that you could have beat.
Yeah, and you want them both to lose.
Yeah, and it just feels horrible.
And then you're like, give me a great game, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it was just a horrible game.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I really remember we had friends over, and it was like, I don't remember, like, we ended up, just talking about, we had the game on.
Yeah, we were
and
barely
it went
watching
from, like,
the end, too.
we're into it. Oh, it's close. Wow, Philly's up again. Okay, another score. Wait, one more, and this might be over. And then it's like, all right, hey, what shows have you been watching? I don't know. We were playing games and doing other things. Like, it was just background.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I always feel like the Super Bowl is just iconic, and there's memories like this catch or this kick or that fumble and stuff you take forever, and I have nothing from that
And it was
game.
a rematch of a close game.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was going to be good.
Yeah.
But you know how
wasn't.
Super Bowl parties go. Half the people are there for the actual game. Half the people are there for the ads or like the halftime show. I think
the food.
the people I were with, like they wanted to watch the halftime show more than anything. Like they really locked in on the halftime show.
Yeah.
And I don't really care.
Over the years, the parties that I've been to, I would say what I find it interesting, it's like it gets to commercial. Shh, shh, shh. It's like,
yeah.
Wait, the game was just on.
Yeah, like,
and
what
we're all
do you mean?
talking, and it's like, well, no, here come the ads. It's like, really? The only time anybody's ever excited about commercials. All right, let's get to question number 2.
Question 2.
With football almost done, which sport or sports will take up your time when the season comes to the end?
Well, I'm I get this. I don't get this question asked to me as much now, but I used to all the time. What's your favorite sport? And I'm like, what season is it?
Yeah.
Like when we're in June, maybe May, I'm not thinking about football at all. I'm really not. Like I love football. Love it. When we get to August, September, I'm like, I am so into football, college, pro, just ingrained. NBA starts, boom, I'm into the NBA. Now, football I'm already into the NBA, but I'll be right back. I mean, it's a little easier when the Kings are more important than they are, but all into that. I'll watch more college basketball coming up, certainly with March Madness. I love baseball. I'm one of the few. I know a lot of people don't. That's totally fine. Then I'll get into that. And it's just, I'm very seasonal. So, unfortunately, we're ending this season of football, but yeah, a deeper dive even more so into the NBA and then baseball.
Yeah, I think that there's a natural progression of like all people who watch every sport, where especially like more casual fans.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who haven't even started watching basketball yet, or
which
just
is crazy to
started
me.
watching basketball.
Yeah.
They're like, now it's time. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a perception, and it's partially true
Yeah.
that like they're not really trying. The good teams aren't really trying at the beginning of the season.
Right.
And now is when they really want to like cement their place in the playoffs.
And if most of the teams get there, I'll wait to the playoffs anyway, or at least kind of ramp up to that.
Yeah. But I'm such a big basketball fan. Like football doesn't take up enough of my time.
Really?
To I'm obviously my job here is sports. So like I'm constantly watching stuff. It's not like I have 40 hours a week that I can't be watching sports.
Right.
The work is partially watching sports.
Yeah.
So 3 days a week of football is never filling up enough of my time anyways. Like when it's just football and baseball, I'm watching both football and baseball.
Yeah.
And when it's basketball and football, then I'm watching both of that. Basketball can fill up more of my time. I'll just watch more basketball. But
Yeah.
I've already been watching a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'll dabble, like we mentioned, tennis earlier was on, golf. I'll check in if it's something of significance. Olympics is starting next week. It's like I'm more summer than winter, but hey, I don't see slalom much or half pipe or whatever. It's like, oh, I'll check that out for a little bit. Or if they grab me on a story, it's like, oh, now I'm rooting for that guy. That's an amazing story. Or how has she overcome all that? Let's go win the gold. Like it could pull you in, but then, as soon as it ends, like, I'm done with the Olympics.
You know what a good answer here would be is hockey. I have had such a hard time. I feel like hockey is like the perfect sport.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Just looking at it from the outside. I just think that hockey it looks like the most fun to watch, spectator, fast-paced. I think that it should be more popular, but it's at the same time as basketball. And they play not as much, but they still play a lot. And I'm trying to choose, and I can't like multi-screen everything, so you have to choose between hockey and basketball. And I grew up watching basketball, so it's an easy choice for me, but I wish I watched more hockey. I'll try and do that when football's done.
I know between the hockey diehards or even the hockey, there's a lot of people that'll make this statement, the best playoffs is hockey.
Yeah.
I see that a lot. I see the scores, I see the games, 5 overtime, whatever, just the series, how competitive they are. Maybe it's because I didn't grow up playing it, didn't grow up really watching it that much. I mean, I've watched it. It's one of my favorite events to attend. But I just have never fully. There was one year, Anthony, probably, gosh, this might almost be like 15 to 20 years ago. I go, you know what? This is the year I'm going to get into hockey more. So I got into a hockey fantasy league.
Yeah.
I said, total ignorant. I'm like, I knew names. I'm like, this is going to help me. And it did that year a little bit. It's like, oh man. And I started to realize, how good some of the players were. And, you're looking for points and that and like assists and goals and all that and goals saved. But I did that one time. I think if I did that more, that would naturally lend to helping it more. But it's just, I don't know. I just have never been the one that's fully grabbed my attention. Now I'll get into hockey games, but I love when I go to them. I've been to a few minor league and even regular NHL games, and that's really enjoyable to watch them in person.
Yeah, there's something interesting about it. I've been listening to like Pablo Torre and stuff, and there's this guy who put out a book called Football, and it's crazy. But he talks about how a lot of people don't play football growing up anymore, so people are watching the NFL as like they don't have a personal connection to football. It's just for the entertainment value. But in my head, all my favorite sports are sports that I played growing up.
Correct. Me too.
So it maybe at some point, if like the NHL had crazy production value the way that the NFL does, then people will get into it more, because I feel like it's just such a good sport. But people don't have that personal connection to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people play basketball growing up. It's just kind of like more accessible. Hockey's kind of inaccessible.
Where are you on soccer?
Soccer, I also played soccer growing up.
Yeah.
I think that it's harder for me because as a kid, I had a hard time following it because it was on so early. But my family's from Portugal, so like they've been really good my entire life, and like Ronaldo's a thing. So I watch like the World Cup and I watch those things, but I don't watch like Premier League. So it's a little bit weird.
That's interesting. It's interesting how it divides our time. That's for sure. All right, let's get to question number 3.
Question 3.
Kings fans, tomorrow, do you feel like it's a scouting mission when BYU plays Kansas, meaning AJ Devanza and Darren Peterson?
Yeah, I mean, they're head-to-head, right? Like, these are, if they're not 1-2, they're 1-3, 2-4. Like, I can't imagine either player going past 4 in the lottery. A lot of people have them in 1-2 in whatever order you have. Their head-to-head doesn't necessarily matter. Like, if BYU wins, that doesn't mean AJ's the better pick or vice versa. But it's 2 of the likely choices the Kings could have in front of them. So, yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by 2 top 20 teams, BYU and Kansas. How do they play each other? Is there ever time where they're matched up on one another? I'm intrigued for sure. I know there was some question whether he's going to play. So, yeah, it's a scouting mission. It is, absolutely.
Yeah, and even if the Kings ended up not getting that pick, I think it's just important to watch as an NBA fan in general.
Yeah.
When this draft class that's supposed to be as stacked as it is, the top 2 prospects are about to play in a game against each other, you want to watch that.
Yeah.
It's a moment. You want to be like, I watched them while they were in college. You can say that now.
Right.
Like even if you didn't watch any other game, or like you just waited until March Madness to talk about it, this is an important game.
Well, I know it helped. Again, I have nothing to do with the scouting of the Sacramento Kings. That's for people that really know what they're doing and get paid to do it. But I know I formed my own opinion. So, like, early on, I felt like everyone was saying Cam Boozer was number 1.
Yeah.
And that has calmed down a little bit. He still may end up being that. I mean, things change. And so, in fairness to him, I've not watched him enough, but I will say I watched him almost the entirety of the Michigan State Duke game, and he was good. But that's how I left it. I went, he's good.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't wowed. Doesn't mean, again, I watched one game. I'm not making this full-on assessment, but if I watched a bunch more, like to me, I looked at him and go, my opinion was that he's going to be a nice NBA player. Yeah. I think if you're picking 1, 2, or 3, you want a dude where you go, we got a guy that's going to transform. Now, that may not be in every draft class, and maybe none of these guys are that. Maybe he's the best of that batch, but what I saw was a guy that you go, he's going to be really nice. And again, the Kings will take that, but I'm if you're going to have a bad year, I hope it lines up with the year that you pick high and that there's a transformative player. And it sounds like people believe there are, and Boozer's been mentioned that way. I just, in my one time I saw him, and then here's another one that's, Anthony, that's been listed pretty high, I think around mock drafts 5 to 10 is, oh my gosh, he just blanked on his, Kingston Flemings, I think, from, saw him play the other day and went, oh, okay. Like, there was a little bit more pop to me from what I saw from him. Now, again, one game of him, one game of Boozer, entirely unfair. These guys watch all of their stuff and know the details back before that. But so I just like to watch them a little bit more and get more intel.
Yeah, I mean, Boozer, like, he has the name recognition.
Yeah.
So that probably helped him at the beginning, and then all these guys are just breaking out. I mean, they were rated before, but I think that Boozer kind of reads as this. I'm not calling him a bust, but when the Warriors pick James Wiseman instead of LaMelo Ball, when it's like pick the best player, they pick for fit.
Right.
So whoever picks Boozer will probably be looking for someone who can make an immediate impact versus something a little bit more volatile when it's someone who you want as a star or clearly like is being made out to be someone who will be a star rather than someone who will be a very high level helping your championship team, maybe 2 or 3 option.
Yeah.
Like his dad.
Yeah. I have always believed, Anthony, that the draft is best player available and you're on your board. Like, it's never, draft to me should never be fit. That's my opinion, because I think where you get fit is in free agency or a trade, because you are trying to, that's what it is, the lottery, trying to hit. And you might miss, but if you get it right, that's where you can, for example, we'll use a current player. If the Kings drafted Giannis, whenever he went 15th, 13th,
like that.
To the Bucks, like they won. They won on that. They got one of the best players. They got the best player the franchise has ever had, and he picked him 50th. That's an incredible selection.
Yeah, 15th.
That's winning the lottery, right? That's being. And they didn't have a lottery pick. He was outside of the lottery, but you crushed that pick.
And Jokic is the poster boy for that.
Of course, yeah. But, can you pick, and we go back to the famous one for the Kings, Bagley, it's the discrepancy of what Bagley was versus the picks around him. And the fact that there's so many around him, and we all go to Luka, but SGA went 11th.
Yeah.
Like, could they have done that? We all have gone, why would you take SGA? Well, look what he became. I mean, nobody knew. Jaren Jackson Jr., Trae, all these guys that became all-stars. You got Bagley, who's had a career, but he's nowhere. It's not even close to what the other guys did.
Yeah, it's like the Halliburton thing, too. Like, Halliburton should have gone way before the Kings picked him.
Should have.
And we used that to get Sabonis, and people have thoughts about that.
Absolutely.
But that is a tradable asset.
Yeah.
It's more tradable than if you picked for fit in that moment.
Yeah, but that is a good example. They won on that. Like, they won on that pick.
Yeah.
Now we can debate whether or not
what
won
they did
on the
with
trade.
it. Yeah.
But they won on that exact pick. All right, we got more to get to here on the show. Again, we have a look back at last night's game with Kings Rewind coming up at 7:45. Sam Amik at 8 o'clock, but when we come back, we will look at last night in the NBA. Speaking of some young players, did you see the night from Con Knippel and Cooper Flagg and their matchup? We'll talk about that and more next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Right now at Elk Grove Honda, you can lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport Sedan for only $39.99 down, including first payment due at lease inception, excluding tax and license. 35 monthly payments of $299 plus tax, license, and 0 security deposit on approved credit. Mileage in excess of 10,000 per year at 20 cents per mile. It really is the lease you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, back here on the show. Jason Ross here with you. No Carmichael Dave today. He is sick, and hopefully he'll be better come Monday. We were talking about, lots of different things in our last segment. Again, if you want to get in on the text line, 916-339-1140. Let's see. We had someone mention, I want to get to this. Oh, Lonzo versus Fox mattered to us when they were both in college. It did.
Mattered when they were Lakers and Kings, too.
Yeah. So AJ and Peterson will be important. I said Giannis is the greatest buck of all time. Someone said, Kareem. I mean, look, Kareem, Big O, they played for Milwaukee. Kareem played 6 years, won a championship. Giannis is 11 years in the championship? Giannis has all the records. I mean, Kareem's career is better, the overall career, but he spent it with the Lakers, too, and more time with the Lakers. And I'd still say Giannis is the greatest buck of all time. I mean, it's a debate, but...
Yeah, I think I would, too, but...
It's hard to not put Kareem there. I think, and to me, I think Kareem is criminally underrated because when people talk about the greatest players, they never mention Kareem. They should.
Yeah. I mean, it's really tough because it's eras and stuff.
Yes.
I even have a hard time, looking at the 90s because, I wasn't there.
Right.
But, so further back than that, I don't even know. But... Yeah, I feel like Kareem always has to be in the conversation. I feel like top 10 is
for sure.
Top 5.
Yeah. Well,
I'd probably put him top 5, but again, it's super uneducated. I didn't watch him play basketball.
Well, and I think
I see it on YouTube.
Well, this is always my point on this. It's we do it. I don't know why it's an exercise. I think it's it's a debate. It's opinion. There's no right answer. But honestly, Anthony, to your point, let's just take. Okay, how would we on earth compare Kareem to Kobe?
They played different sports. Fundamentally, The sport changed so much.
And we start doing forget stats. Who's better? What? They're totally different. They're playing the same sport, defined, but to your point, the NBA, literally how they play it is different. They changed rules around Kareem in college and in the pros.
Yeah.
And he has probably the most unguardable shot. Well, Kobe is such a freak. He's completely different than Kareem. how does that exercise even go?
Yeah. I think a more fun conversation is like who's the best like Laker, because then it kind of goes into vibes,
right?
Like like what it means to the city kind of thing, how much they like embodied whatever the team wanted to be. Like Kobe's the best Laker of all time because Kobe was like the Lakers, like he owned Staples Center in my head.
At that time. See, now that's before you like the Lakers and Showtime.
I guess
some might even argue Magic over Kareem, and Kareem has way better stats.
Yeah,
because
of
vibes. Yeah. I mean, Magic brought the Showtime part, but you needed all of the pieces. I mean, Kareem, like if you go to the basketball part, like the titles at UCLA, 3 of them, until LeBron, he was the leading scorer.
Yeah, that's the craziest part, because I watched LeBron do it, and I'm like, he just passed Kareem. That kind of put into perspective for me how good Kareem was.
And then you go, if I have it right, and I don't, I think in his 20-year career, half of his career, he was in the finals.
It's crazy.
It might be more than that. I could have that wrong. And you just go, in the finals.
Yeah.
He didn't win them all, but penalize him. No, he won 6 times.
It's so crazy.
Let me see. Let's just look at him again. 19-time All-Star, 6-time NBA champ, 11-time All-Defensive, 6-time, he won 6 MVPs? Wow. 2-time scoring champ, 4-time block champ, 15-time All-NBA, 2-time Finals MVP. Yeah, anyway. Incredible. But yeah, I don't even know how we would do that. Or like, how do you compare Oscar Robertson to LeBron?
Can't.
John Stockton to Bill Russell. Like, they're different. What are we doing? Like, if you go, hey, Emmitt Smith to Frank Gore, all right, they're 2 running backs. Like,
yeah.
That makes some sense to me, but it's like trying to say, well, who's better, Dan Marino or Deion Sanders? Like, well, they both played football, but
who knows?
How do you quantify who's better between those two?
Yeah.
These guys played different positions, different eras. Yeah. Anyway, last night in the NBA, we know about the Kings. We'll have Kings Rewind coming up, and Sam Amik to join us. And if you're just checking in, yes, the Kings lost. And paired with the Washington Wizards' victory yesterday, your Sacramento Kings are tied for last. You know what? With that said, usually Dave does this. I helped him with it yesterday. Anthony, let's do our first mock draft, see how we do. The lottery simulation, and it's the first time I see this pre-hitting the button. The Kings are sitting there at number 1.
All right.
So here we go. I'm going to simulate the lottery for the first time and see how it goes. And, hey, the Kings stayed at number 1.
Moved down 4th.
For you?
Yeah, went to moved down 4 spots
to 5?
Yeah, 5.
Which would be the worst case scenario, which would be the one like, and I wouldn't be I told you so, but I would hate that because of all the losing they've gone through. If they dropped to 5,
it would be so bad. And what makes the draft lottery worse is you find out in reverse order.
Yes.
So you find out earlier if like things are bad, and then you just have to stop watching.
Yeah.
Like,
so
you're my team's out.
That's the way
happened.
I always do it. So like wherever the Kings are pre-lottery, I'll say like the day of, like, all right, here's what you watch for. If the Kings are at 8, if you don't see them at 8, 9, 10, or 11, they've moved into the top 4. That's what you want to see. They've made it to that last commercial. They'll be on the set at the end, and there's 4 teams, and that's the best news you can get. So let's just say this is the way the season ended today, and they had the best lottery odds. If you saw them go at 5, it would be the last team to go before that commercial break that teases you who the final 4 teams are.
Yeah.
That would be the worst case scenario they could get. Now, if they survived, they're 4, 3, 2, or 1, but that 4 is not great. 3's better, 2, and so forth.
And they don't do anything for it. Like, it's such a short thing that the representative looks sad.
Right.
Whoever we end up sending is just like sitting there embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
And like Dallas last year, who was like, with the 1.2% odds, the 9th, they lost in the play-in, the Dallas Mavericks and the representatives there, and then like, wait, we're still alive. We're here at the end, and then they win the whole thing, and they're just totally elated.
They're just smiling the whole entire time, like I shouldn't be here. And New Orleans is in the back. Whoever's there for them is just like, I don't even know why I'm still here.
Yeah.
You remember when they flattened the odds in New York? Like, the Knicks fandom is crazy in general, but they're going to get Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Zion. Like, we're the worst team in the NBA. Yeah. This is horrible. Like, and
would they get like Knox, Porzingis, and whatever?
They got in the trade deadline. They got Julius Randle and like Taj Gibson. But that draft, when they got third, because that was the first year, and I think that people just didn't know that the odds were that bad until that day.
Was that Barrett?
Yeah, they got RJ. But it was such a funny moment. Like, it was such a like laugh at the Knicks thing, and they were making like because they cleared out so much cap space to get all those people and Zion, and so they were just left with like $30 million in cap space.
Yeah,
and they were making like banners for that. The lottery is insane.
It is, and I don't know. I mean, I understand why they flattened it. They don't want tanking, and in this case, by the way, Anthony, I told you the Kings did in my lottery. First time they did get the first pick. They have them taking Darren Peterson, with AJ being 2. Cameron going to the Jazz, who moved up 4 spots. Cameron Boozer would go 3rd, in this case, to the Pacers. And then 4th, poor New Orleans, which then turns into Atlanta, by the way. Caleb Wilson, they dropped 3 spots. But, man, it's such an inexact deal.
Yeah.
It really is.
With the Kings at 5th, they have them getting Kingston Flemings, who I like.
I do.
It's
just another guard, and it's like, but again, if that's you do it. I'm not worried about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But it's the lottery part.
Yeah,
that is it. Once they get the pick, the draft itself is an entirely different thing.
Right.
But the lottery is, it's so tough to watch, and it's like before a game too.
Right. Oh yeah, it's before a playoff game. Like with 2 meaningful teams, it's like game 3 of a playoff series. And you're like, this is our playoffs. Like, how do the Kings do? And it's like it's either a win or a loss. And
20-minute show.
Yeah, and generally, keep in mind, once you get in the lottery, you're kind of there for a while. I mean, there's not a lot of one-hit wonders that get in, get out, and move on to their season. The Kings, when you win, let's say 20 games this year, it's rough. It's rare to jump back to 46 the very next year. Last night in the NBA, we mentioned the Hornets and Mavs with the rookies. Con Kneppel went for 34 and a win. The Hornets have been playing much better lately. I think they're 6-1 in their last 7. And Cooper Flagg, Cooper Flagg, when I watched him at Duke, I obviously really liked him. When I watched him, I go, man, his position versatility defensively. Because right now in this league where you've got guys, if you want guys that can guard multiple positions, he was a good college defender, but it looked like he could stay with guards pretty well, guard bigs. I loved his versatility there, and I'm like, I think he'll just be a solid NBA scorer, maybe a little above that. 49 points last night, one of the best rookie performances ever, and at his age too. Keep in mind, 49-10 for him in the loss for Dallas, and Dallas is a great example. Remember, they were a play-in team last year, embarrassed the Kings, did not get in the playoffs, won the lottery, got the number 1 pick. One of the guys that was kind of a generational type guy who's having an amazing season. And they're 10 games below 500. The Nuggets did beat the Nets, though Michael Porter Jr. literally gave it to his whole team, 38-10 in the loss. Suns, another good win. I'm stunned by Phoenix. Dillon Brooks went for 40. I can't believe they're 10 games above 500. That's the team I've been most wrong on this year. And then the Timberwolves punked the Thunder, 123-111. Anthony Edwards with 26. It's still amazing to me that the Timberwolves are a team that keeps getting mentioned about Giannis, and I think they're that team that I look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. I feel like that's what the Kings could become someday, where I go, man, they got a great young player in Anthony Edwards. They're good. They're really good. I don't think they can win a championship, and that's a weird spot. Like, I'm not the person that is championship or bust, because I would take what Minnesota has right now.
Yeah.
But I do think they need to do something else. And if they can somehow get in the Giannis sweepstakes, I would do it. I would if I were them.
They tried to do something else when they got rid of Cat, but that was weird.
Yeah.
They do need to do something else. But I think that...
But they're really good.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. I'd like to be them. That'd be fun.
And that's where we get back to, like, is it truly championship or bust? Well, yeah. I mean, I think everybody's goal is to win it. When one team does a year, there's a lot of good basketball teams. I'll tell you what, Houston's good. I would have done what they did to get Durant. I don't think they're going to win it. Where it's such a feast or famine. Like, if you can't win it, tear it down, start over. My goodness. You have to enjoy some of the ride. All right. When we come back, Sam Amik at 8 o'clock will join us. But up next, no Chris, but there's still a rewind. How do we do it? We'll find out next.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
There's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton & Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
All right, it is going to be time for Rewind here in a moment. Anthony was eager for Rewind. So here's how it goes if you haven't heard Rewind before, but we know you have, the award-winning segment, if we're not bragging ourselves. Chris is off, but Chris is really never off. He takes too much pride in Rewind. So still same process. Watch the game last night. I write the script, send it to Chris, and Chris would insert, or Rewind does. I don't even really think it's Chris. It's just kind of this other entity that's out there. Puts in the clips, sound bites, whatever he feels is appropriate for the script. And so with Chris being off, he's like, no, Rewind is still happening. So he has submitted this to, you've got it all, Anthony? You've got all the cuts?
Everything.
Okay. I don't really know. I just, like they say, trust the process in Philadelphia. I'm just going to trust this process that it works.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. All right, now it is time for Kings Rewind. All right, here we go. The Kings entered play on Thursday night on a 6-game losing streak. It's their third losing streak of 6 games or more this season.
That's not good.
Well, we've got good news and bad news. The good, Zach LaVine was back. Fiend. The bad, still no Keegan Murray.
That makes me feel sad. I'm sad.
Your sadness is noted.
I feel acknowledged.
Well, no Malik Monk.
I'm a pizza guy.
Oh. And now no Russell Westbrook.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
The Kings introduced their 22nd different starting lineup for first-year head coach Doug Christie.
We're fucking switching.
On the other side, the Philadelphia 76ers are healthy, and that could pose a problem with names like VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, good for you.
Early on in the game, the Kings would have to go to the bench because of 2 early fouls called on Domantas Sabonis.
You call this game fair?
I'll go to the papers.
Yeah, you crooks. Sacramento stayed close in the opening quarter because DeMar DeRozan remained hot from last game and had 10 in the first quarter.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Well, the second quarter, it was really a four-man show. Embiid and Maxey from Philly and DeRozan and Schroeder from the Kings.
Flappy, bappy, wait.
The halftime score, Philadelphia 60, Sacramento 54.
We're not that bad.
That's right there, right in the action. Then maybe they can do it. The third quarter was great for the Kings. Their offense went off as Sacramento lit up the Sixers by shooting over 70% in the quarter. They scored 38 points and took a 4-point lead going into the fourth. More fun for everyone. The early fourth quarter, the Kings' surprising lead would expand to as high as 11 when the Kings pushed the pace and dominated the boards, owning a 21-0 advantage on second chance points.
Board man gets paid.
Philadelphia would chip away, and when Tyrese Maxey scored at the rim with 1:57 left in the game, Philly had retaken the lead by 1 as Maxey was now up to 36 points.
No, God, please, no.
Didn't know when it would end. Doug Christie took his final timeout, and now it's officially crunch time.
It's the final countdown.
Out of the timeout, the Kings convert on another second chance, but this time it was Zach LaVine for 3 to give the Kings a 2-point lead with 1 minute to go. Tyrese Maxey drew a foul on the Kings, knocked down 2 free throws, and we've got a tie game at 111.
Who paying you?
I recommend.
Who paying you?
The Kings' last offensive look of regulation was a mid-range jumper from DeMar, the king of the midi committee, and this time he does not convert, leaving the Sixers with 5.2 to play and a chance to win it.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
Well, on the inbound, like a blur, Tyrese Maxey got the ball and had one thing in mind. He got to the lane, lofted up a tough shot in traffic, made it, and the foul.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
He did miss the free throw, and Zach LaVine's three-quarter court shot, his heave, was no good. Philly erases a double-digit fourth-quarter lead to hand the Kings their 7th consecutive loss.
Shoot your hopes and dreams.
With the Kings' loss and the Wizards' win, Sacramento is now tied for the worst record in the NBA.
I know you like Harry Potter.
That's the Wizards, yeah. The Kings now head to Boston. You know Boston and their fans with those thick accents.
The only thing more stupid than your accent is the way you're dressed, the content of your brain, and your face.
I might have to read that again. The Kings now head to Boston. You know Boston and their fans with those thick accents.
The only thing more stupid than your accent is the way you're dressed, the content of your brain, and your face.
I heard it right the first time. The Kings are in Boston tonight for the second night of a back-to-back as the brutal road trip continues. Did someone say road trip? No. There you go. So, Anthony, if you missed the game, you now know what happened.
Yeah. Road trip.
I hate that spot.
It's great.
Yesterday when I came in here after Alan and the Drive Guys, after Alan and Whitey were done, they only had a 30-minute show. That was great. They're doing game night today, or game day. But I was doing a game day for Marsh and with Henry, and I see Whitey, and he's like, did someone say road trip? And I'm like, oh, man.
It's such a good spot.
I hate the spot. I did it, and I hate the spot. And every game it comes on, I'm like, ah. It comes on a lot. It airs a lot during the Kings game. That's bad if you hate a spot that you did. I actually don't hate it, but it's like, you hear it enough. And now Chris is using it in Rewind.
Every break we say it.
I know. And I'll say it because I know it's coming up, and then it's the very next spot. I'm like, yep, there it is. All right, there you go. That's how it played out last night between the Kings and The Philadelphia 76ers. In the game, just to kind of look back at a few things. And again, Sam Amik's going to join us in about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less. Kings did change the lineup again. And I think this is going to be the struggle now the rest of the way. Look, again, 12 wins. It's just going to be a matter of what's the win total they'll have at the end and what spot will that have for them pre-lottery. And right now they're tied for the worst record. I think if you look at it, if you look at the road trip like tonight, they're obviously underdogs to Boston. They should be. I think it's going to be a really tough matchup. Anthony, you could say the Kings Super Bowl, one of them is Sunday when they're playing the Wizards.
Yeah.
Because these are the kind of games that, for those that want them to have the worst possible record, it's more advantageous to lose to a team like Washington.
And for the people who want them to win, it's probably the game that they have the most likelihood of winning.
Yeah, so we get the push and pull on Sunday. And to me, look, I know where they are now. I hate the losing. I do. I'll be honest about it. And I wasn't freaking out the other way like some people. They've won 4 in a row. They're winning too much. No, enjoy it. Like, I didn't think that was going to spill into 8 of 10 or 16 of 18 like the Clippers are doing. And, like, here they come. No, I think they just had a nice pocket, played well enough to win. Actually, the 4th game of that was the Wizards. They didn't play that well, but they won. But the way they beat the Knicks, the Lakers and the Rockets and that, I just enjoyed it. And it was just like a nice little blip of the season.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to handle this season in general is to hope for a beam.
Yep.
Watch the games, look for the development of the young players, and if they win, that's great. But I think that they're not good, and you can kind of have a peace of mind if you are the type of person who wants that good draft pick. They're going to be in the lottery, so they will have a chance.
Yeah, and I think, again, I'm trying to, and I'm sure there are people in this spot. I know they are because I see social media, but I'm trying to think, like, you went to a game, was it the Mavericks game?
Yeah.
You went to a couple games this year.
I went to the Mavericks game, and I went to the Portland game right after they had an overtime game in Portland.
Yeah, and they lost both, correct?
No, they won the Mavericks game.
Oh, they won the Mavericks game. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know there are people that go to the I think the most people that go to the game are there for either socializing or just entertainment, enjoying the game, wanting the Kings to win. There's got to be people there at the home games that are also in that camp like, well, it's probably better if they lose. But I can't imagine being at that game going, well, I hope they lose tonight. Like, if I'm going to the game as a fan, I want the Kings to win.
Yeah. I mean, I always want the Kings to win. It's it's the peace of mind. It's kind of like coping, you know?
Yes.
You see it and you're just like,
well, the loss does help.
Yeah, it helps.
But I'd rather, So I think the rest of the way for Kings fans, the games are like Sunday's a game of note when they play Washington. They have yet to play New Orleans, the team they're literally tied with. They play them February 9th. They host them on March 5th. And then they play them at home as well on April 3rd. So they have 3 games left with New Orleans. They've got another game left with the Pacers. They have, I thought they do, don't they? Yeah. They host the Pacers here. They got both left with the Nets. I mean, these are the kind of games I think when you're watching the rest of the Kings season, these are their quote-unquote big games. And they'll sneak in. They'll beat somebody that I say they're not supposed to because, look, everybody's got a record better than them. So anything that they kind of accomplish, even if it's a win over, Phoenix, who's not an elite team, but good, you're like, well, that's kind of a surprising win. That's basically what's going to happen the rest of the way. All right, what's going to happen with the trade deadline, with the Kings, with Giannis, with others? 6 days away. What's the latest intel? Sam Amik from The Athletic joins us next.
The 10th Annual Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center. Inducting the class of 2026, plus honoring all of our past inductees. See Sacramento's 50 greatest athletes of all time.
This is Bill Cartwright.
This is Jerry Royster.
This is Tony the Tiger Lopez.
This is Dusty Baker, proud member of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. Join us Thursday, February the 5th at the Golden One Center for Sacramento's best sports night of the year.
Get your tickets now at SacSportsHOF.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's happening for the Start Something New sales event?
If you're struggling to find the heavy-duty Ram you need, you'll find it at Hoblet. Plus, right now you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500s, starting as low as $46,995.
Well, what makes Hoblet the best place to get a new Ram truck?
It's simple. We are truck people and have the truck you want at the best prices. We have over 400 new Rams available, one of the best selections of new Rams in all of California. Unlike the other guys that only have a handful of heavy-duty Rams, we have hundreds. If you need a heavy-duty Ram, Hoblet has it.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$12,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $3,500 factory rebates and $9,000 Hoblet discounts. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. 5 of this net savings, $46,995 for 2026 Ram 2500 Tradesman. VIN number 190143. See dealer for details.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Award-winning guitarist and songwriter Gary Clark Jr. Tour 2026, Saturday, January 31st, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. An electrifying night of music with Gary Clark Jr.'s special guest, Marcus King Band. On sale at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Gary Clark Jr. Live.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, here we go. Starting the 8 o'clock hour on this Friday show. Jason Ross here with you. No Carmichael Dave today, under the weather, and unfortunately he's going to be traveling back from Europe later this weekend, so that's going to be a tough return home while you're sick. Nobody wants to deal with that, so hopefully a speedy recovery for Dave, as he should be back with us on Monday. Usually Thursdays at 8, we get a chance to check in with the great Sam Amik. Had to move things around, but Sam's with us today. Good morning, Sam. How are you?
Good morning, Jay Ross. Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Everything good on the athletic side? I know you don't get pulled away often in these kind of things, but everything good there?
Yeah, no, we're good. Sorry about that yesterday. I'm out in Phoenix for a Suns-related story that I'll put out in a couple weeks. So it was a good trip. I actually, I guess to preview it, spent some time with Matt Ishbia, their owner, and get a little taste of how they've gone from one of the worst situations in the league to a little surprise season here. So that was the scheduling conflict yesterday.
Okay, and I know you have, this is a story to come, but I thought Ishbia was one of the more interesting debuts into this league, because he came in and he was like, okay, there's some things I just don't think he gets, and he's going to have to deal with. And I'm with you. The Phoenix completely surprised me this year. What's his overall kind of attitude now to kind of their surprising turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the fun part, is whenever there's someone in a high profile spot where you can, be direct with them and ask the kind of questions you're talking about, which is like, all right, you came in real hot, did you have, any regrets? What did you learn about being an owner? The part that I love, and I guess to even put it in the context of the Kings situation, is like we spend so much time talking about whether it's Vivek, other owners, and part of this conversation was how like a lot of owners around the league, like the whole league, have a tendency to exert influence in the shadows and then, kind of pretend that they don't. And it's just it's a weird dynamic. And Matt is like, part of it, I think, is one of the distinctions is that he is a basketball guy, that he played the game at a fairly high level and has strong opinions about that. But he's also just, like, agree or disagree, he's pretty transparent about his level of involvement. If you remember going into last year, he put out a statement that basically said, I wasn't involved enough and I'm now going to be involved more. Like, that was the mistake. And it was almost the opposite of what people thought he would do. But yeah, I mean, he addresses all that stuff. And again, it's kind of one of those kind of agree or disagree, good chance to get his perspective on things.
All right. As we talk with Sam Amik from The Athletic, Sam, your latest is on the trade deadline, and specifically it's on Milwaukee. You've had connections with that organization, certainly with Giannis. And here we are. I thought we might get here, but maybe it's ramped up a little faster with a little more sense of urgency and seemingly, Sam, a desire for other teams to want a piece of this puzzle. So as we're 6 days away, if you're handicapping this time next Friday, is Giannis on the Bucks or on another team?
I'm kind of on the fence, and I'll go ahead and say he's still on the Bucks. And
really?
I think, well, I don't know. Like the Bucks and their GM, John Horst, we've talked about this. He wants a lot in return for Giannis, and understandably so. And so, if you go 2 days ago when the noise was, okay, they're finally listening, to yesterday, and this is kind of widely out there, is that all of a sudden people around the league started handicapping that the Warriors were in the best position of anybody. That's fine, and I get that. I just still have a hard time seeing the Bucks, hitting the button on what the Warriors have to offer. Whatever. I know it's a lot of picks, but the players are not, to me, the Kuminga. If Jimmy Butler's in there, like whatever the package looks like, I don't think it's not the type of thing that I've envisioned John Horst saying yes to. And the picks specifically, timeline wise, are of the variety that, like, if you give Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Warriors with Steph Curry, who's still at an all-star level, and I don't know if Draymond's still going to be on the team, probably will be. Like, those picks are not going to be very good. They're going to win a lot of games. So there's other teams involved, certainly, but the Miamis of the world, the Minnesotas of the world, like, they have more to offer in the summertime. And there's part of me that thinks that this still gets pushed back to the offseason.
Did it surprise you, whether this is fully accurate or not, but some of the intel out there is a team like the Rockets, maybe even the Spurs, aren't interested? That's at least according to reports. Because I think if Giannis is quote-unquote available, I believe, Sam, everybody should be interested. Now, certainly some teams just can't get him, but did that surprise you that some potential contenders here, that he's a guy that could potentially put him over the top, that maybe the Spurs and Rockets aren't interested?
No, I mean, that's been the intel for a while, but to your point, like, that could change now that it's for real. And it's kind of like the backdrop there is the way that Oklahoma City built their group. And really, you could, I think, throw OKC in there, even though they won the title and they're out in front. Like, they could certainly put something together to get that job done and get Giannis. But the desire for longevity and building from within, Atlanta is also claiming to be taking the same stance, that they're out, for those similar reasons. And it's just a matter of, it's like, again, it goes back to the first question and how much it's going to take to get him. You're going to gut your cupboard when it comes to draft assets. You're going to gut your roster as well. Like, they're coming for everything. And that is where, I don't know, maybe John Horst looks at it and says the level of desperation with the Warriors, maybe that is the best package they can get. I tend to think that Miami in the summer could beat what the Warriors have now. They would have access, I believe, to 4 first-round picks. So, but to your Houston-San Antonio question, San Antonio feels amazing about what they have. I think there's a debate to be had about, might the Rockets regret not getting in on the Giannis situation, because their team is not popping, if you will, like to the degree that I think they had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're 28-17, but they've dropped a fair amount of games lately, and you can't really find people that think that they're actually going to win the title. Like, they're a very good team, but so you could debate the Houston one, but that's the rationale, I think.
So I trust your knowledge of Giannis, who you've gotten to know personally over the years. When you get to this spot, he's been very committed to Milwaukee, to his credit, and they've built something great there, and he's been one of the greatest Bucks of all time, if not the greatest Buck. When him and his camp get to this point, though, Sam, where they're at least comfortable with these talks being out there, and maybe there's a desire to leave, if your hunch is right that maybe he's still a Buck come Friday, how does that work for him? Because I feel like once you've entered that spot, like, you kind of go all in. What is it going to be like for Giannis' side if he is still a Buck come summertime?
It's funny because, for one, the injury has people wondering, the calf injury, if he's going to play again this season. Now, I think he would. And people around him, or people who know him, I should say, they will highlight, like, he's somebody who he wants to continue building his career-long personal profile, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. So he's not looking to leave, let's say, 300-400 points on the table, just to sit when he's healthy, even if they're not winning games. And so just generally speaking, he wants to compete. He's not going to not play if he's healthy. So if he played, then sure, that could be a little crunchy, and he's going to have to do media and answer questions about, how uncomfortable it is. Now, I've been having this conversation with people around the league lately about it's like the De'Aaron Fox situation is one that's worth putting out there as context, or a comparison, because these teams get in situations like the Kings last year when you have to decide, like, are you going to do it midseason, and are you going to respond to the uncomfortableness that exists because the guy wants to go somewhere else? I would argue the Kings should have waited and done something in the summertime, but the uncomfortableness was at a pretty high level, and I've since been told by people who were part of that there was not much appetite to keep dealing with that cloud hanging over their head. So that's where the human component comes into play, because, to steal a phrase from my colleague and buddy John Hollinger at The Athletic, he's a former front office guy. He's like, if you treated this thing like a video game, then you wait till the summer. Mm-hmm. That's just all there is to it. But the human component does change things a lot of times, and that's where we got to wait and see if they kind of succumb to that.
Yeah, and again, this would be just pure speculation on your part. Any read on to what that uncomfortableness is like in Milwaukee? You had a better sense of it here, but certainly in Milwaukee, and it's still a week away and things can change, but just any read on what that would feel like there as far as their uncomfortableness right now with him?
You had you had the booing a couple of weeks ago that was not necessarily Giannis specific. The team was playing terribly. He didn't take that well. He booed back. So, like, the mood has changed a little bit, because even though they might not have been booing him, his choice to give the whole crowd a thumbs down, like, now you have kind of raw meat, for the crowd when it comes to the reading the room in Milwaukee. You've got the knowledge that whoever, I tend to believe that this latest report was kind of strategically dropped as a way for the Bucks to test the market, as opposed to, I think in the past, a lot of the stuff was getting leaked from Giannis's camp. But regardless, now the fans know, it's not like anybody's come out and said, no, this isn't true. He's a Buck for life. Nobody's denying what's out there. So yeah, I mean, this is not toxic like a Jimmy Butler in Miami type situation. It's not like that. And Giannis he's not going to be yelling at people or then yelling at him. It's just uncomfortable, you know, and I think that would be unpleasant for them to deal with for a few months.
What do you think from the league's perspective, Sam? Because you've been talking to us for weeks about how difficult it's just become league-wide to make a trade. We've seen it. It is more difficult with aprons and just different criteria the league has. But if Giannis were to be dealt between now and next week, and that would be on the heels of last year where Luka got traded. We've seen Kyrie and Durant. Like, there have been mega stars that have been traded over the last few years. It's great for content, for us, for you. Does the league like this? That, I mean, kind of the success story is Giannis drafted there, develops into a generational player, but then gets moved. Like, what do you think the league thinks about this?
I would contend that they're fine with it. Yes, they do. They're not, those two things are not mutually exclusive. They're not rooting for an outcome. Like, if, I know some conspiracy theorists would say they want, all their stars in big markets, but they also don't want their small market teams to not thrive. And, case in point, OKC winning the title. But they know that, like, the gossipy nature of the NBA drives interest. I think they are perfectly fine with that. They embrace the drama. Even if you watch some of the league's media sponsors, like obviously the ESPNs, the Amazons now, the NBCs, they will get into these storylines and these narratives. They don't avoid them. It's another sign of kind of the tacit approval from the NBA. They're in a business fight to, like, an eternal fight to catch up with the NFL and to cut into that massive gap that exists between those two sports. And again, I don't know if people agree, but like I can even tell you from our coverage, it is pretty at times a little disheartening that the audience for the game itself, it a lot of times pales in comparison for the audience for this type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I could write a basketball thing related to the Bucks and Giannis, and it'll get 1/10 of the readership, of a story about where he might go next.
Yeah.
So it's just a big part of the conversation.
Yeah, there's a thirst for the fans certainly on that. And let's talk about the Kings fans. Sam, for weeks you've been telling us the name, the player to watch is Keon. Are we still in that kind of same general idea that Keon is coveted by the majority of the league at this point?
Yeah, I'm a little, not shocked, but a little surprised that nothing's actually gone down there yet. I think and assume, and I've partly heard that it's like the market's really good, and after I had written some stuff about it, Mark Stein indicated that I think he said 14 teams were interested in Keon. The Kings have wanted a first. And for one, I think the fact that there's still a lot of time before the deadline means teams are, they're not really incentivized to put their best offer on the table unless, they're trying to win games and they want that guy now. But I'm just curious to see if they ultimately get that first, because you can have a lot of interest, but I have run into some teams that they're pausing on the idea. And this goes back to the little strange way that the Kings have used their roster on the floor is like, okay, we're giving up a first for a guy who's not really playing that much. It's hard for some teams to rationalize that. And so, again, lots of interest for sure.
Yeah.
I fully expect to go somewhere. Just curious to see what they get back.
You've also written about recently about Sabonis. Look, I know that a lot of teams aren't looking to take on additional money, and that's kind of the problem the Kings are in, where DeRozan, though, has limited guaranteed money after this year. LaVine has money. Sabonis has money after this year. Monk, so on and so forth. Guys, I'm sure they'd like to deal to get younger. But what do you hear with Toronto and others maybe about Domantas Sabonis?
Like there's like a fair amount of interest, but his money is just so massive that, for now I would tend to think he's not going anywhere. There was a little pushback when I wrote the Toronto thing in terms of that actually unfolding. Again, I mean, there's interest. Even this place I'm at now is a good example. Like, I know for a fact the Suns have liked Sabonis in the past. In fact, back before the Suns did the Durant trade, there were discussions about something where he might be involved in that. But again, now just to use them as an example, a team like the Suns is no longer in the business of trying to move $50 million. And so now they're out of that business and they don't have any current interest because of, partly basketball reasons, but largely business and just the money side of things. And so Toronto, that's another team that probably isn't getting Giannis, but I think, has poked around on the edges and doesn't want to be totally out of that conversation. And they've looked at Anthony Davis and, they checked in reportedly on Ja Morant. And so Sabonis is one of those guys, but they might be patient here and wait until the summer themselves. Their GM, Bobby Webster, there was a rumor that he really needed to make a splash now because he might be under pressure because his contract was expiring. Well, then the Raptors kind of leaked, again, I'm assuming because it was all internal stuff, that he might be getting or he should be getting a contract extension soon. And the point of sharing that is that would give him more organizational confidence where he could be patient. So to bring it back to Sabonis, they're kind of kicking the tires on a lot, and I don't know if they're actually going to do anything.
So as we stand now, I mean, you're looking at the Kings roster. Keon would be one to watch, but other than that, I mean, is this in your gut or your intel telling you that might be it for the Kings?
It could be. I mean, I haven't heard too many specifics on DeMar.
Which shocks me, honestly.
Yeah, it may be, but maybe it's like a last, no disrespect to DeMar, maybe it's like a last option type of thing that happens the day of the deadline or the day before. Once teams know, okay, we didn't get this guy, we didn't get that guy, like that. I'd written about the Clippers in the past, and DeMar, and so there had been conversations there, but I'm not hearing anything current in terms of that progressing anywhere.
Sam Amik from The Athletic. Sorry,
the Warriors thing. That's on me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is like, the Warriors have been mentioned, but they've made it kind of clear they don't have interest. So I'm not sure.
Sam Amik from The Athletic joining us. Sam, in your circles too and other writers through The Athletic, are you getting any information from GMs and agents that are, I don't know the right term for it, but frustrated, bothered by the new restrictions? Because, I mean, look, I'm sure they want some of their clients to move around, or GMs are trying to make more trades. Everybody we're hearing, it's like difficult to make a trade. Everybody wants picks. Picks have become just full-on gold, and I feel like everything's kind of feels like right now it's a little bit hamstrung. What are people saying about the collective bargaining agreement they're in right now?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's more current focus on the Giannis situation gumming everything up. And yes, the CBA issues that we've talked about in the past are a factor without question. But, devil's advocate, you could kind of turn and say, well, wait a minute, like Desmond Bane just got sent to Orlando for 4 firsts and 2 first round swaps. Now, like that particular trade, as a I'm not saying it's a big factor, but if I'm a GM, like that gives me a reason to pause, because you just got a reminder that, like, man, somebody went for it and they are currently, fighting for play-in position, and they emptied the barrel and got nothing left draft wise.
Yeah.
So, but it is, you're seeing teams obviously be terrified about big money, terrified about long money. Like even the Malik one's a good example to me. He does not make ridiculous money in today's NBA, and it's a couple of years. And like, I get it when it's a Sabonis thing because it's such a massive contract. But man, people are acting like Malik is like, just going to wreck your payroll. And that's a little surprising to me. The guy can, if you actually empower that guy, he can give you 20 a night. And that, and there was a time when that was seen as pretty valuable in the NBA. So it is a weird time. And if I'm being real, because we talk about this stuff all the time, I enjoy trying to get to the bottom of all these different situations and share what's going on behind the scenes. But my goodness, it is unfulfilling when it's not like, doesn't involve any actual action, like other than the Trae Young trade, we've had nothing. It's just the same, whether we're talking Kings or any other team, it's just the same circular conversation while everybody, doesn't actually pull the trigger on something.
Yeah, and I'm curious too, just on maybe a GM philosophy right now, because we know everybody is so into picks right now. Do you think that's more of the contract control that teams would then have in years to come? Because not every draft class is great. So if you're stocking all these draft picks and it's a lean year, like, where's the real benefit besides having just more assets? What do you think it is about picks right now that's kind of the gold of the league?
Yeah, I mean, it's the control, it's the, relatively efficient, economic side of it. It's the long runway that if you draft well and you get a guy that delivers in your program, now you've got bird rights. Now most guys are signing that first extension. And so at that point, you're talking about a 7-8 year window. And that is, that's better than, I mean, even out in here in Phoenix, for an example, Dylan Brooks has had an amazing year. Like, just to compare the rookie scale approach to, okay, the Suns went and got a good player in Dylan Brooks, except it's now, and they'll figure it out, but he's having a career year. He's extension eligible this summer, and you're going to have to, I think he currently makes like 21, 22 million. Like, and you're going to have to give him a ton of money. Yeah. And so then it's like Sabonis. It's like even Levine. I had someone tell me the other day, like, man, he's fine if he's making 25, like, he's a good player. But, like the second Domas signed that big extension, he became so I kind of hate the terminology we use sometimes. These are not assets. These are humans. But like, the terminology that gets used is like, is it a positive asset or negative? Right. And like, in a lot of people's eyes, like, Domas went from being positive to negative, but it's just because of the contract. Yeah. So that's the biggest part. The irony, though, is, to me, is you look at like who was in the finals last year, and the Thunder traded for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Pacers traded for Tyrese Halliburton. So this homegrown narrative, like, there are homegrown players on those two teams, but this homegrown narrative is a little bit overplayed. Yeah, it is. I agree. And that's weird that everybody's kind of trying to get to that point to get all the assets they can. Well, Sam, I appreciate you being flexible with us this week, joining us on Friday. Next week, when we talk to you on your regular Thursday time, will be trade deadline day. I know there'll be some drama between now and then, and we encourage people to check out all your great work at The Athletic, and I know we look forward to talking to you next week. Thanks, Jay. Be good.
All right, thank you. That's Sam Amik. Also, check out a story coming up soon. I'm curious about that, what's going on in Phoenix, too. What a turnaround for them. And Ishbia was kind of the guy, like, all right, you're a little over your skis here, but he's done a much better job, and that organization has as well. Hopefully you enjoyed that with Sam. If you ever miss anything from any of our shows, remember to go back to SactownSports.com. We've got our podcasts up there. You can go to our YouTube page, like, subscribe, and follow anything you ever miss, kind of on demand whenever you want to check out our content. We appreciate that. Still to come in this hour, what's hot, what's not. We'll recap last night's Kings and Sixers game with our 3 in the key. But up next, 4 down territory. 4 NFL questions coming your way next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
At Elk Grove Honda, you can drive a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport and enjoy a tradition begun with the first Accord in 1976. Ask about the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Out the door in the valley, some dense fog. Expect some reduced visibility during the morning commute. And then the fog fades. We're looking at partly cloudy skies today with light north winds and highs peaking in the lower 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
You remember me from a show called And Joe? I'm back on the radio, Sacramento. It's Joe Mami, and when you need your new country fix, join me weekdays from 6A to 10 for the Pat and Cody with Joe show on New Country 105.1 KNCI or on the free KNCI app.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Sactown sports fans, when the final buzzer sounds, the real action is just getting started. If you live for big moments, big crowds, and unforgettable nights, you'll find them all right here on the Sactown Sports Live Events calendar. Get ready to laugh until it hurts with Daniel Tosh, live January 24th at the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then turn the volume all the way up with Ernest, bringing high-energy country to Ace of Spades January 31st. Slow it down and vibe out when Jodeci delivers the classics live February 15th at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Experience iconic sounds and the smooth style of Chris Isaac February 28th at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. And rock legends Jefferson Starship take the stage March 15th at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Comedy, concerts, legendary performances. Find every show, every date, and plan your next big night out with the Sactown Sports Live Events calendar. Play hard, rock harder, only on Sactown Sports.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Again, thanks to Sam Amik. Always love getting his intel. And our most popular guest each and every week. So thank you to Sam. He's been doing great work for years. And it's just nice to see him do his work, too, at the games. Like, to see him, like, he's just walking around the court, talking to people, and then you're like, oh, he's over there talking to, oh, that's the GM. Like, Sam's just got one-on-one time with them. It's just, but he's good at his job. So I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
Mysterious ways.
Yes. Anthony, he is good at his job, too. Anthony, what do you have for us in 4-down territory?
For down number 1, it is expected to be a record betting year on the Super Bowl. Have you ever bet on the big game? If so, how did it go?
Well, I guess in terms I have, but I think I've done the boring had a square. I don't know if that's boring. That's not fair. In this sense, I'm thinking of Team X favored by 7.5. No way. I'm betting on the underdog and I'm putting $20 on it. I don't think I have on the Super Bowl. It's the most bet on game. I've been at Super Bowl parties that have little gimmick bets. Like I'm always going to partake in that kind of thing.
Doing the Kool-Aid?
What's that?
You're doing the not the Kool-Aid,
the Gatorade.
Imagine if they had Kool-Aid.
That'd be better.
Yeah.
I know the
They should be
purpose of the
drinking.
Gatorade is to rehydrate, but if you had Kool-Aid, come on.
Yeah.
Let's get a little sugar going in there.
Let's do it.
Kool-Aid is great. I know it's probably about 99% of it is bad for you.
All of it's bad for you.
There's not 1% the water.
There's no. Oh, I guess
the little bit of water that's drowned out in all the sugar and the food processing and all that. But it's so good.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the spot. Have you bet on the Super Bowl before?
Yeah, I mean, my mom has done the square. My mom's a teacher, so her school does the square
yes,
thing.
promote gambling, kids.
Yeah, all of them do it, and she gets squares for me and my sister, and she's been doing that since I was a kid. So
productive,
yep.
Okay.
Promoting gambling.
Yes.
You know?
Family bonding is how I word it.
So we always get a square. I'm not sure if that's happening this year, but since gambling's kind of a thing now. Yeah. At parties we do the. Me and my friends do the Gatorade. We just put like $5 and then we all have to guess a different one. Then
Like which color it'll be?
Yeah, and then you get the whole pot if you guess out of all the options. Or you split it if someone guesses the same one as you. But yeah, I always, especially if your team's not in there and you're with a group of friends, like $5. Might as well.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? The one bet I always think about, because there's a ton of prop bets that'll come out next week, and I'm sure Dave and I will go over that next week. But the one that, Alicia Keys is performing the national anthem over under on 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm like, that's the one that I feel like, one, the artist practice. If you have any intel or been around the group or the artist, you're like, oh no, they're always around 220 or 218, or it's going to be the game. They'll be longer, not faster. Like, I feel like that's the one that can be, and not that they're going to allow you to put like $10 million on the over, but couldn't you, one, if you're the artist, impact that? Two, like, get some intel ahead of time, like go like, yeah, it's going to be under.
There's plenty of bets nowadays that insider trading effects.
Yeah.
It's pretty, you can bet on anything.
I think it's better. I think, Anthony, that we're in the world now that it's just open. Like, there was a time like, oh, I know a guy. So if you give me $5, I got a guy that's got this, parlay card, and it can turn. And it's like, now it's just like, yeah, you can bet.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with you because all my friends got.
Well, it might not be good, but you know what they're doing.
Yeah, but I don't know if my friends would be doing. Yeah, it's like.
I think it's a real problem, honestly.
If you know, like a relatively young sports fan, they all got phones. They're putting money on it. It's kind of a lot.
We used to have, it was before your time, we had a host here that I thought was onto a great concept. He thought at some point we would have our NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball games, Anthony, more like the horse track, where it's like tickets turned into like $10. We don't care. We get you here because you're betting. Like, you'd go up to a window and bet De'Aaron Fox over 10 points in the first quarter and blah, blah, blah. And like, that's where their money's being made. Great idea, great thought, but now it's here. Like, you don't even need to like a window at the arena. It's like, no, I can sit on my phone and go, bet this, over, under, made threes, whatever, missed field goals, home run.
Too easy.
It's too easy, kind of scary. And that money's real, kids. The money's real just because it's on your phone. And even though they're brilliant about that stuff, like, this is going to be way before your time, too, at a casino. People used to walk around with change buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the chips, like, oh, that's a chip. No, that's $25. Or that's $1. That's $5. That's a $100 chip. I'll just give them that. No, that's $100.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's not money. It is. All right, second down.
The Raiders still do not have a coach. Is this a problem?
It's not the greatest look, but no, it's not. It's just, again, back to, like I say in a lot of sports, and I say about the Kings, get it right. So if they get a coach that whatever version of get it right means to them, means building the program, consensus there that they got one of the good young or older minds. Like, again, I thought Pete Carroll would be a good coach for them. Missed on that one. They missed. I missed. They've got to get the draft right or trade that pick right and get good picks. Like, again, they got a long way to go, but football's the one sport you can turn that around pretty quickly because it's a team sport. You get more of the right concepts going. the coach that has him believing. They weren't the first to hire. Harbaugh's the biggest name, I think, that got hired. Doesn't mean the Giants they've got the coach with the most decorated past. Is that going to dictate what's going to happen in New York? I think he'll do well, but is that the best coach of the batch? Maybe the Raiders or Cardinals still will end up with it, and they're the last two remaining. All right, third down.
Third down. No football this weekend. No college, no pro. How will you fill the void?
Well, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I do miss football that it's not being played. I'm glad it's not. There was a couple years where they had the Super Bowl without a bye week. The bye week makes sense for the Super Bowl. Build the hype. Get the teams to the cities. People will get to San Francisco, and then the hype all for next week, and then we'll be ready for the game. Like, we'll be anxious. Like, let's go already. I'm done talking about the Patriots and the Seahawks. The interesting thing, too, is the trade deadline is next week, so I think we might have a lot of other drama going around the Super Bowl. Fill the void with, we talked about it earlier, AJ versus Peterson tomorrow. The Kings play on Sunday. The Kings play tonight.
Hockey.
Anthony's going to make me watch a hockey game.
Yeah, let's watch hockey.
All right. Let's pick it. What do we got, Anthony?
I don't actually know who's playing.
I don't either, but
we should be watching the Sharks.
Let's see. Well, we should. Celebrini. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to give us some options. Tomorrow. These are all ESPN Plus, but I got a couple ABC. All right. Anthony, here are our choices. Tomorrow we can watch at 10, the Avalanche Red Wings, or following the doubleheader, Rangers Penguins. Those are historical teams there. Sunday, the Bruins and Lightning, or the Golden Knights and Ducks on ESPN. There's no Sharks in that.
I mean, I'm in here they do play tomorrow.
Oh, the Sharks play, yes. I mean, then we can watch that locally. I was thinking of the maybe it's Sharks and Flames. Maybe tomorrow at 1.
I'll be watching that, but at 10 I can watch it too. I'll be in here.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. With the morning shows tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time was our scouting mission tomorrow? Let me get that for Saturday. AJ versus BYU can't. 1:30.
BYU never Kansas. Mind. I'm not watching. See, this is the issue with hockey. I want to watch hockey, and then it's like
But hockey will be a forced watch for me, as opposed to like, oh yeah, BYU Kansas, AJ versus Peterson. I'm watching that.
Yep.
Try to find some time for hockey. All right, fourth down.
If you were able to rewatch one game from this NFL season, which one would you pick? Watch it this weekend. Okay.
Yeah. So like, there's no football, so I'm going to watch a game that I somehow kept on DVR. A candidate certainly is Bears-Niners. The Sunday night game was great. That was a great game. Good drama all the way through. And it was scoring from the pick six right at the beginning by Purdy to the Bears to just the drama of the game all the way down to the last play where Caleb Williams, which is now funny to think back on it because the game he had, the playoff play he had against the Rams where he backpedaled 20 yards. That one he backpedaled 5 against the Niners. And he bought enough time. Because you don't see the end zone from the TV shot, you're like, oh, as soon as he lets it go, I'm like, that's a touchdown. And it wasn't. And then one of the Rams, I'm like, what are you doing?
There's no way it's going anywhere.
Where is that ball going?
Best pass I've ever seen.
How many Rams are going to catch this? And you're like, what?
Ridiculous.
I mean, honestly, will he have a better highlight than that in his career? Like, he might win a Super Bowl, but that play might be his number one highlight.
It's tainted because they lost. Like,
it is.
I don't know if people can point to that. Like, maybe 10 years down the line, you could be like, we knew Caleb Williams was going to be really good if he turns out to be something amazing. Because this season was so weird. Like, they were down at the beginning of every game. The Bears were the most fun team to watch for me. It was hilarious. The most chaotic football. They looked horrible. And then randomly, at the end, Caleb saves them with the most insane thing.
Pick a mid quarterback in the NFL. Right in the middle. Just your own opinion.
Mid.
Someone right.
Sam Darnold.
Okay. Well, he's got a big arm, but all right, still the point will work.
Half joke, but yeah.
No, I know what you mean, though. Mm-hmm. He does have a big arm. His ham's one of his strengths is his big arm. But I think for the perspective of the play, I really wish we could recreate that play with the 31 other quarterbacks and just go, just to appreciate, maybe another couple could do it, but like Daniel Jones. I'm just picking Daniel Jones. Great year. If he backpedaled the way he did, planted his back foot and threw that, it just would not look the same.
No.
And he's a great he's got a good arm. He deserves to be an NFL starter. Caleb's got a cannon, and the way he threw that doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy.
You have to see other people that are playing the same position do it to appreciate how, Baker Mayfield backpedaling. He might backpedal, but he wouldn't throw it to the end zone like that.
No.
Man. I think I would pick that Bears. I got another candidate. That Thursday night Seahawks-Rams game was confusing, great, wild. That weird 2-point conversion that Charbonnet just picked up the ball. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is good for 2. And the back and forth and the big plays, that would be another one I'd think about rewatching. I might also, because I saw it on the Red Zone, I would want an explanation in week 1 how the Raiders went to New England and won.
Yeah, I was going to go with a New
again.
England pick, too. I would go back and watch the Bills-New England game, where New England won. That's kind of when everyone took them seriously. I just kind of want to know what... I didn't pay enough attention to New England throughout the season.
It just felt like, oh, wow, that's a surprise, but what's going on here?
Yeah.
There was a great Bears-Bengals game that was just a wild back and forth. I don't know if it was the best game, but that was a wild one. So I like the drama of all of that. Those are a couple candidates to go back and watch. All right. Still to come in the 9 o'clock hour. We've got a jam-packed hour with Friday Fun and Games, celebrity birthdays, what's on deck. We'll have some post-game reaction to the Kings and Sixers. Look ahead to the Kings and Celtics for tonight. But when we come back, who's hot, who's not, and we'll recap our predictions from yesterday. That's next on Sactown Sports.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at SactownSports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sactown Sports 1140.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Right now at Elk Grove Honda, you can lease a 2025 Accord Hybrid Sport Sedan for only $39.99 down, including first payment due at lease inception, excluding tax and license. 35 monthly payments of $299 plus tax, license, and 0 security deposit on approved credit. Mileage in excess of 10,000 per year at 20 cents per mile. It really is the least you can do. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, movie fans, Marty Supreme is playing at the Esquire IMAX Theater. See it the way it was meant to be seen on the 6-story IMAX screen. Feel every twist and turn crashing all around you, where every seat is always the best seat in the house.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box. You think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Don't wait. Get reserved seats for Marty Supreme at Sacramento's biggest and loudest movie-going experience, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento. What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, we've got who's hot and who's not coming up. Also, recap of 3 in the Key from yesterday, our predictions with the Kings and Sixers. Anthony, I know Dave says you, I don't know which character from King of the Hill you sound like.
Hank Hill.
Oh, the main guy, Hank Hill?
Yeah.
We got another one for you. At 916BINX says, Anthony sounds like Ben Stein from the Clear Eyes commercials.
I don't know that one.
I know Ben Stein, but I don't know the specific
Do
reference.
I sound like Ben Stein?
No, not entirely. Not to me. You know who Ben Stein is?
No.
Okay. Have you seen the movie Ferris Bueller?
Yes.
Bueller.
Oh, okay.
Bueller.
Maybe.
That guy?
Yeah.
J. Ross, we didn't know how bad we were yet. This is from Raider Ted. And they didn't know how good they were yet. This is about that Raiders-New England game. And Bowers was healthy until the hit that ruined the season. Okay. Or his season.
That's fair.
Be a good answer as to what happened there. All right, Anthony, who is hot?
Cooper Flag.
Prove
and
it.
Con Knuckle.
Yeah.
Or Con, you know?
Yeah, Knuckle, yeah. Both guys from Duke.
Is this a rookie rivalry starting in the NBA? Think this will be a career-long thing?
I don't know. With 2 matchups a year, I don't know.
They might move.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they might trade Cooper Flag tomorrow, for all we know.
For be honest.
You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag, 49 points. Con Knuckle, 34 points. The Cooper Flag scored the most amount of points scored by a teenager in NBA history.
How about that? You know, Cooper Flag, to me, has been hyped for a couple years. And honestly, I think he's surpassed the hype, yet I feel like he's underappreciated still in the league.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I mean, the Mavs are weird. I think that he'd be more appreciated if, like, Kyrie were there and there wasn't weird stuff going on with Anthony Davis.
Probably, but
he's
like
great.
Wemby came in as a freak, and we knew it. But like they didn't win. Even like, they're kind of winning like what the Mavs are doing.
Yeah, I think that we're desensitized because of Wemby. I think that that's the last time. Like he's just so weird. Like it's such an insane situation. And Cooper Flag's like a really, really good NBA player.
He's got all these great historical stats already.
Yeah, but he's not 7'6".
I get that, but even like we
it.
wanted to usher in Zion, or we always are quick to usher in the next person. It's like, why isn't Flag getting that same kind of probably overhype? In this sense, I feel like he's underhyped.
Yeah, he is underrated, in my opinion.
Which is weird. He gets his share of attention, don't get me wrong, but like usually, the next great thing is this, like we're not even done with guys like in their 5th year that are blossoming, and it's like, oh yeah, but how about this rookie? And it's like, I don't feel like he's getting the how about this rookie play.
Yeah, and he should.
Yeah.
I don't actually know why he's not.
Yeah.
Flag's so good. He also is, he kind of does the LeBron thing or like any kind of good facilitator thing where he
plays the right way.
Yeah, he tries to make the right play, and sometimes his teammates don't really do it. I noticed that when they played the Kings. I felt like he was so clearly the best player on the floor, and he would pass to an open guy, and it's like, dude, you could have done so much more with that.
Not even a bad shot. A questionable shot by you is better than that other one, probably. Yeah, he's great to watch so far, and so they're hot. Who's not?
Well, there's 2 injuries in the NFL. And they're both the starting quarterbacks of the 2 teams in the Super Bowl.
That's a problem.
Yeah, Drake May was listed on the team's injury report, and we all know that Sam Darnold's dealing with that oblique injury. It's probably nothing, but imagine a Super Bowl without starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
With these 2 teams.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
Yeah,
that would not be hot.
Well, and that's what I was thinking about with the league. It's like we always do that during the season, and we're promoting Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Well, sometimes you get to the end of the year, and you're like, yeah, that was Chiefs-Ravens, but we're the 2 backups.
Yeah.
We're Gardner Minshew versus, whoever else. And it's the way the league works. I mean, it's just the injuries happen. It stinks. You just don't want it to happen. I mean, I felt for Denver to get Bo Nix. I think that would have been different last week. I think they would have won.
Yeah.
I thought they were still going to win anyway. But I think they would have won with Bo Nix.
Well, whoever was up when it started snowing was going to win that game no matter what.
Yep.
The football stopped.
Yeah. Which then, of course, starts, we need to have domes. It's like, well.
I like it.
I do too. I hate that it had seemingly an impact in the game, but it had it for both teams. And it's a weird sport in the sense that, when they start this thing in September, everybody's baking. And then by the end, we're playing in like snow. It's like, this is the same sport. And that the end is when it's the most important and weather can impact the game. I mean, it should be good. Have we even looked next week, Anthony, let me look at Santa Clara weather. We're about a week out.
Better not snow in Santa Clara.
I think we're safe there. Santa Clara 10-day. Let's see. So next Sunday is supposed to be, oh, wow, pretty great. Partly cloudy, 70 degrees.
Beautiful.
I mean, that's awesome. Do you remember the Super Bowl in the Meadowlands? It was in the new Giants and Jets stadium. And coming into they really thought they were going to have snow. They made it through. It was just really cold. But, a snow for the Super Bowl, it didn't happen. They dodged it, but.
It'd be crazy.
But, I mean, Santa Clara wouldn't get snow. But what if it was just we had one of those winter storms and it was sloppy and wet and just you're like, the Super Bowl winner is coming out of this. But you can't play everything inside in Vegas every week.
I like it.
Yeah. But if it stays this way, 70 degrees, that's a postcard for California next Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. How did we do on our picks yesterday? Let's find out. As the Kings took on the Sixers in Philadelphia. The Kings, I think, they did cover the spread. Whatever that's worth for you degenerates. Sixers won 113-111. Here were our predictions when we had Dave with us yesterday. It was Dave, me, and Anthony. We asked about the rookies. Neek's points, Max's rebounds, and Clifford's blocks. Dave said 7 for Neek, 5 for Max. Clifford would get 2 blocks. I said 11 for Neek, 5 for Max, 2 for Clifford. Anthony, you said 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The correct answer was just 2 points for Neek Clifford.
So sad.
7 rebounds. You got that one right on. And then Dave and I went with 2. You went with 3. He actually had 1 block. I actually thought he had defended Embiid really well. And we talk about foul merchants in the league. I know he's big. I know he's a hard one to referee, but he gets a lot of calls.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of whistles.
They just straight up did not touch him. That was how you play defense, is to only pull the chair out from under him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. He bumped into me. Oh, foul on me? Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, Sabonis was in foul trouble. Clifford's in foul trouble. Yeah, they're just flailing away at him all game long. We asked for the first King to score and the last King to score. The first King to score, Dave said, was DeRozan. The last was Sabonis. I said it would be Achua and then Schroeder. Anthony, you went with a Westbrook sandwich, Westbrook and Westbrook. Unfortunately for you, no Russell Westbrook yesterday. We did not know that at the time. I did get Achua right. That was a random guess, but Achua was the first. He put the Kings up 2-0. The last one, none of us had Zach LaVine's 3. Put the Kings up by 2. It's the last points they would score. And then our random stat, Dave, I thought, was tracking this easily. He said DeRozan would have a 30-point night. DeMar had 21 at the half. He ended with 25. So Dave missed out on that. I said the Kings fans will reward the Sixers fans with brickin' for chicken, meaning they'd miss 2 free throws in the second half at a trip to the line, and they'd get free chicken. The Kings picked this night to go 19 of 23 from the line, did not miss consecutive free throws, so sorry, no chicken, Philly fans. And Anthony, you said Cardwell would have a career high in points. Well, he tied his career low. He had 0.
Oh, man.
So close. Did he take a field goal attempt? Nope. That box score, 0 for 0. No threes, no free throws. 1 offensive rebound, 3 defensive rebounds, 5 fouls, 2 turnovers, 1 block. He was a -7.
Gotta love it. 5 fouls.
In 14 minutes. Who was the best plus-minus? Maxime Reynaud. Keon Ellis was a +10.
Keon's always got a good plus-minus. Deflections really helps.
In a 2-point game, the worst was Dennis Schroeder was a -2. I'm -12, excuse me. -12. Yikes.
And he looked good.
He did. He had one of his best games. 9 of 16, 27 points, led him in scoring. Only 2 assists. And DeRozan had 8 assists. It's a nice game for him. Again, I'm back to DeRozan. Every team the Kings have played here for the last 15 games, Sixers, I look at, I go, he'd help him. Boston tonight, he'd help him. The Lakers here, I go, yeah, DeRozan. Houston, the Knicks, all these kind of playoff-bound teams, the Cavs. He would help all of these teams. Just give us all your picks. All of them. From here till the end of time. All right, that's a look back. In this next hour, we will look back at the Kings game last night. We got some reaction from Coach Christie. More thoughts on that. Also, we will have some threes in the key. I always get confused with that. 3 in the keys, threes in the key. I don't know. For Kings Celtics tonight and Kings Wizards and Friday Fun and Games all coming up in our final hour next.
The 10th Annual Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center, inducting the class of 2026, plus honoring all of our past inductees. See Sacramento's 50 greatest athletes of all time.
This is Bill Cartwright.
This is Jerry Royster.
This is Tony the Tiger Lopez.
This is Dusty Baker, proud member of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. Join us Thursday, February the 5th at the Golden One Center for Sacramento's best sports night of the year.
Get your tickets now at SacSportsHOF.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, back here on the show, Jason Ross with you. Anthony Lucas has been in for Chris Verlaud. You're in Monday and Tuesday, right, too?
Yep.
Good little trip for Chris.
Yeah.
Good for him. Dave should be back on Monday. He is under the weather. You missed us from the beginning of the show. He wears this ring. It's the Aura ring. Keeps track of all sorts of things. And Dave sounded great yesterday. Felt great. He said, but my ring gave me an alarm. The only other time this happened, last time it triggered like something like danger, you've got something coming your way. He was like, I don't believe that. And then 2 days later, he was sick. Well, he had that alert yesterday, and today he is down and out. So unfortunately, he is not feeling well. Hopefully he'll be back with us come Monday. We've had a good show so far. If you missed us 1 hour ago, we talked to Sam Amik from the Sacramento Bee. He used to be from the Sacramento Bee. Sam's been in a lot of different places, but Sam currently from the Athletic, and he joined us earlier. And if you get a chance, to check that out. If you missed it, you can listen to it at your own leisure on SactownSports.com, our podcast, and check things out there. Go back to our YouTube page as well. So as we get to our final hour, again, we got a full hour with Friday Fun and Games to close it out with Matt and Kayla will be in here for that. We got some three in the keys coming up for Kings Celtics tonight and Kings Wizards on the weekend. Celebrity birthdays still. But want to get into more Kings conversation here to begin this last hour, and we'll get some reaction from the loss yesterday and kind of bigger picture items where the Kings are present day. And obviously, as you know now, with the loss yesterday for the Kings and the win by the Wizards, the Kings are in that spot that there's a portion of the fan base that this is the dream spot. You have earned the worst record in the NBA. They are tied with the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, again, keep in mind, it could be, let's just pretend the Kings stop playing for about a week. Pelicans stop playing for about a week. Pacers, Wizards, and Nets all lose their next couple of games. It'd be a 5-way tie at 12 and 37. Nets, Wizards, Pacers, Kings, Pelicans all have 12 wins. The difference is the Kings and Pelicans have 37 losses. The Pacers have 36. The Wizards and the Nets only have 34. So they have some games to make up. And if we looked at the schedule tonight, you do know that the Kings play today in Boston. They are currently underdogs. Anthony, care to take a guess at how the point spread is? How much are the Celtics favored by?
10.5.
Pretty good, 11.5. So you're right on it. The Wizards play tonight. They play the Lakers. So they are underdogs by 9.5. So they are, as expected, underdogs. So you can keep your eye on that. A team that could win tonight, I mean, this is very possible that the Pelicans on their home floor beat the Grizzlies. I mean, it's not a long shot. New Orleans is actually favored at home by 2.5 over Memphis.
Wow.
So if that happened tonight, if New Orleans won, if the Kings lose to Boston, which according to the point spreads, again, that's all that is what's supposed to happen, then, Anthony, at the end of the night, the Kings would by themselves have the worst record in the league, which doesn't make me feel great, but that's what would be the case.
For the draft odds, you just need bottom 3, right? Like for it to be...
Well, you have the best percentage, but again, it's 14%.
Yeah, but to get the best percentage, like if that's what you're worried about...
Right, which people are.
I think that trying to be the absolute worst... I mean, we've been saying it here. I know that Whitey says it all the time on the afternoon show, but the person or the team with the worst record,
it's never happened.
Never gets
since they flattened it out in 2019, I believe.
Yeah, 2019.
Now, it doesn't mean it'll always stay that way. At some point, it will. Just that's the way numbers work. But is it this year? I don't know. No one knows the answer to that. Let's see. I had the exact percentages here. Let me just to give people perspective, because I think what's the hardest part for me to understand is, here we go. If the Kings were to have the worst record, the way it is scheduled now, okay, yeah, so you're right. The 3 worst records have 14% chance. They would then have a 13.4% chance of the second pick, so a little less, a 12.75% chance at the third pick, an 11.97 chance at the fourth pick, and the team with the worst record going in has a 48% chance of picking fifth.
Yeah. And
their best odds are fifth.
That would hit you right in the heart. If it like the number pops up 5 and it's that logo.
Yeah.
But I guess that there's an argument to be made to be last, because the worst that you can pick is fifth.
Yeah, and so that's the difference is if you're second, there's also a 48% chance basically of being fifth or sixth, but that's split into 2 spots. 27% for fifth, 20% for sixth, and then if you're third, it also adds up to about 48%, but it's 14% fifth, 26% sixth, and 70%. It's just weird that if you're in that slot, like the third worst record, your best odds are to pick sixth. You just go, man.
It feels so weird. But I guess...
And that's why teams have snuck in from 9th and 10th and 8th, and you're like, wait, what are their odds? Well, 3%. Well, 3 versus 14. I mean, it's 11%, but it's not great odds either one.
Yeah. Well, if you add up the like picking 1 through 4, if you get the worst possible record, then it's higher like getting 1 through 4 is a higher.
It's 52%.
Yeah, it's higher than getting 5th. So that it's not your best chances, but like if you go individually, it feels so weird.
It does.
I don't know what to. I know it's supposed to stop tanking, but what else are you supposed to do as like a really bad team? I know that like people are anti-tanking, but like the rebuilding process, you kind of need to rely on the draft.
Yeah, you do.
And if you're bad and you keep not getting the right picks, like what do you even do? You just sit there for longer. That's what Utah's doing.
You fire coaches, you fire GMs. They're like, you guys are the ones that have to save this. And man, yeah. So that's where they are present day. And again, tonight the Kings play the Celtics, underdog there. The Nets also play the Jazz. That's an interesting one. Like, Jazz only have 15 wins. That feels like a long way ahead of the Kings, but they're at 15. Someone's going to win that game. The Nets with the 12 wins there. And who else was playing tonight I mentioned? Lakers and Wizards. So if the Pelicans win and the Kings lose tonight, the Kings would then be in sole possession of the worst record in the NBA. It's not a spot I want them to be in, but I get that some of you do. We did talk to Sam last hour. I did want to bring this up. This was seen on social media earlier today. This from Jake Fisher, also connected with Mark Stein. These guys are pretty good at their intel as well. Let's see. The Kings are still sifting through various scenarios for Keon Ellis, sources say, several of which could include trading out veteran forward DeMar DeRozan and or combo guard Malik Monk along with him. And so even kind of reading what Sam told us earlier, Anthony, I feel like the Kings, without direct intel on this, but I feel like the Kings probably have a lot of things out there. And I think they're at the point where we're another team. We're waiting. We're going to see. And so as we get closer, I know it feels like we're close to the deadline, but we're talking like a day or two or hours away. If Keon is truly coveted by 14 teams, like it's being reported, the Kings have not heard what they wanted to hear yet. So that's a good spot to be in on Keon specifically. But now instead of, if there's a thirst for a first-round pick, if you're not hearing that, or the team that's interested maybe a 28th, 29th, or 30th pick, you're like, well, we want more than that. Okay, well, can you now entice, instead of maybe being as interested in a first-round pick, we're also interested in offloading one of these veterans, a contract. So could it be Malik Monk that we attach to this? Could it be DeMar DeRozan that we attach to this? And it's like, wait, you're getting DeRozan and Ellis. This is really going to help you as a playoff team. Maybe we're not getting in return that pick of a first-rounder, but maybe it's a somewhat of a helpful player that's younger and a second-round or 2 second-round pick. I don't know. I mean, I think these are the kind of gymnastics that's going to be going on here for a while.
So you think that the sweetener would be used, like Keon as a sweetener would be to entice someone to take on one of the bigger contracts, and we still wouldn't get a first back?
They might. I'm speaking without full knowledge on that, because my point is, if Sam has said this, and many have, that the Kings want a first rounder for Keon. Well, if he's coveted by 14 teams, they either aren't hearing that, or it's not exciting them enough to go, yeah, let's see if we can make this bigger. And then maybe the Kings will be in a spot like, well, if all we have is Keon for a late first rounder, then let's go.
Yeah.
If they want to.
Judging from the way the trades went last season, which I believe was was it the first season like trade market where like they really had to deal with the new CBA with the new contracts?
I think one of the first, if not the first, yeah.
So in my mind, what's kind of going on with Keon is all these teams want them, but to make all this money work, because I imagine other teams want to move on from other players and not just straight up trade my first round pick for Keon, which like they can do because of Keon being on a minimum. But what I imagine is happening is they're trying to figure out these insanely intricate multi-team deals, because that's the only way to get anything done.
Right.
And if it might include someone else with the Kings, like a DeMar or a Malik, but I feel like if they were going to get a first round pick at all, they probably would have known by now.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they do, but they have to. The other team, let's say, who would want Keon has a first round pick to give to them, like Milwaukee or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They also want to get rid of someone else, so they want to make that a part of a package where they would be getting rid of a player that the Kings don't want, and then they would have to find someone else to take that. And it would get so convoluted so fast. I feel like that's what the Keon trade is going to end up being. It's going to be a footnote in a trade for like other role players that are bigger names, and the Kings are going to be like at the bottom, little pick. Or 2 second-round picks.
Yeah. I'm looking back at last year's NBA trade deadline and to see what actually did happen because sometimes we forget. I had forgotten that, because we focus so much on Luka, but Jimmy Butler, obviously. I mean, there was Fox. Like, there were mega players that were traded last year at the trade deadline. Let's see. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Let's see. The Pacers sent Wiseman to the Raptors in a deal. Clippers traded Kevin Porter Jr. to the Bucks. The Memphis Grizzlies sent Marcus Smart to Washington. There was Alex Len in that deal. Colby Jones. That was part of the Kings deal that got Jake LaRavia here. Marvin Bagley and Johnny Davis went to Memphis. Let's see. Bones Highland and Terrence Mann traded from the Clippers. Bogey went to the Clippers from the Hawks.
Yep.
You had Cody Zeller dealt for cash considerations. Karis LeVert and DeAndre Hunter swap teams. Nurkic got traded. Davion Mitchell got traded. Reggie Jackson back then got traded. There's the Jimmy Butler deal that included Kyle Anderson, Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins. Dennis Schroeder was in that deal. I mean, that was a 5-team trade. Lakers.
Yeah, like 5-team trades are happening now. They must be doing the most insane Microsoft Excel stuff in their offices. It must be mind-blowing. Like, you have to know theory for this. Like, there's this... The numbers don't make sense when you just look at them. So I think that's probably what's happening with these trades.
Yeah.
It's like it's really hard to talk about them because they don't make sense anymore. They have to be fully, like, you have to take into tax considerations. What apron are you at?
Yeah. Middleton was traded. I forgot about Ingram being traded to the Raptors.
Yeah.
Valanciunas came here. Man, there are a lot more trades than I remember from last year. There's the Fox and Levine deal, Herter, Anthony Davis, Luka. Yeah. And so all that was, the deadline I think was the 6th, and it started happening on the 2nd. So we're getting close to about 4 days out or so. We're 6 days out now. But most of it happened the actual trade deadline day. So anyway, that's the latest there. As far as the Kings go, last night we mentioned that they played the Philadelphia 76ers. Better performance for whatever that's worth. Not ending up in a win. Maybe that's the perfect for some Kings fans. It's like, be competitive. Don't be embarrassing. They weren't. Had a chance to win. Did not. And again, back to that, hey, if you want the most bites at the apple with the lottery odds, then there you go. What was Doug Christie saying, though, post-game yesterday in another tough loss? Here's DC after the game.
These are the ones that are frustrating. I have to be better for them. We get a little bit more ball movement down the stretch to disguise where we're going to, and make sure to still get the ball where we want it and how we want it, so they can't load up on them.
Yeah. So Doug trying to figure out ways to be better. I think one of the most interesting plays of the game was actually the final defensive possession. I didn't think the Kings handled that very well. It was well designed, by the way, by the Sixers, getting the ball into the hands of Joel Embiid. Then just on a sprint, here comes Maxey. And look, he's going to beat you to the ball and to the rim. And here's DC on that final defensive possession.
Looking back at the actual play, probably should have maybe sent him to the traffic. I think Dennis was talking to Bobby afterwards about playing off of him and letting him come to him as opposed to being up on him, because it's kind of like a foot race at that point. Whoever gets the first step kind of wins. And Joel just made a pitch, and then he gets to the basket. And, he's an all-star for a reason.
By the way, the level of difficulty on the shot by Maxey was a heck of a shot. I mean, Achua had to come over and contest. He fouled him. But, Maxey on a full sprint after the handoff goes into the lane with contest, throws it up left hand, high off the glass and in. He's a heck of a player. That's a great play, but well done by them. Doug, here's a little more from Doug post-game talking about the Kings' miscues.
Well, once they load up, I think early in that shot clock, we just got to move them from side to side a little bit, as opposed to just trying to ram it in and go straight to where we want the ball at. Show them something on one side, bring it back. We still want the ball where we want it, but instead of just going straight to it, and I have to be better for them there.
All right, Doug, talking about some of those mistakes. They made turnovers last night, 17. The stat that I couldn't believe, I mean, again, just a box score. If you watched it or didn't watch the game, 50% shooting, that can win you a game. They shot well enough from three. 38.5 is good. Great from the line. Dominated the rebounds. I mean, absolutely clobbered the Sixers on the boards. Assist total, a tad low at 21. Turnover number, a bit too high at 17. Scored 111. That's enough for them to win. Had a 38-point third quarter. That's good. The 19-point fourth quarter was the difference. And also the 24-0 second chance points in favor of the Kings. I mean, that just doesn't happen for them. But they ended up losing this one. All right, to the phone lines we go. Let's check in this morning with Michael. Michael, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How are you?
Good. I was hearing Sam's interview earlier, and he mentioned, usually how the Pacers traded for Tyrese, and they traded for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But I mean, if you look at it, the past 50 years, minus the Lakers, they had Kyle Kuzma. I'm saying like a secondary or tertiary. You had Chet Holmgren last year. You had Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner. I guess my case point, because I'm a big draft guy, you have to draft a impact player.
Yes.
And even even Chris Middleton with the Giannis and whatnot. And so that's why I'm like, we got to tank no matter what. I mean, the guys in this draft, I mean, they're like 6'11", 6'10", Nate Ament and Caleb Wilson. And, I want AJ Diabanza personally, and now Darren Peterson's getting Kobe-like comparisons. I don't know, but I mean, I've seen some tape. He looks good, Yeah. But Kansas players like Thomas Robinson and Ben McLemore and injury-prone, Embiid, he's a beast, and then Andrew Wiggins. So Kansas kind of scares me, that whole program, except Paul Pierce. He balled out. But I just wanted to. I'll take it off the line, but I want to know what your guys' top 5 picks, because right now, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're projected on Tankathon as number 1 pick, but who are your guys' top 5 picks?
Well,
thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Right now, again, totally unfair. I want to watch more, and obviously we're not the decision makers, and you're asking our opinion, so I want to be true to your question. I personally like AJ the best, but Peterson's really close to me. For me, I talked earlier about Boozer. I like him. I'm not overwhelmed though, and I don't know, and that's going to come off like bad. I don't know any other way to say it. I feel like he has a chance to be a all-star and a nice player in the league. I don't feel like he would be one of the best players in the league, but that's you don't have to win it. You don't have to have the guy that's the championship player in this draft. I'd like to find him. And if Boozer is a 5-time all-star on your team, you drafted well. You did well there. But I need to see more of the guys. Like I told you the other day, I watched Kingston Flemings. I'm like, ooh, I see a pro there. And so I want to watch more. But I will say one thing, Anthony, that Michael said that I couldn't agree with more. And you don't do this in the draft just to do it. But like when the Kings play, Minnesota always sticks out to me. But Toronto, there's a few teams that when they come in, I just go, oh my gosh, everybody just looks like they've got arms for days, and they got 5 guys that are 6'9" that are wings, and I'm like, the Kings don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Like that just, they need more guys that just have the wingspan, that are switchable, that are versatile, that are athletic. They've got good players, but the mix is bad. But it's just like, where's these long, freaky wing athletes? They don't have them.
Yeah, and they feel like the future of the NBA.
Yeah.
And I know AJ's that. I like Caleb Wilson more than I like Boozer.
Okay.
I also like Kingston Flemings. I don't know if I like him more than Boozer, but
Right.
I think that like the top 5, that if you just Google top 5 draft prospects, I think that the top 5 for me are pretty solidified with AJ, Darren, Boozer, Wilson, and Flemings. After the top 2, I think you could switch around those 3, which is really good for the teams that, if we're in the lottery and those are the 5, that's a good 5.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with any of them being in Sacramento.
Right. And then, but let's just do a reality check of what could happen. I'm going to pick a number 23rd. So let me scan down here. Cameron Carr from Baylor could be the best player in the draft. He's not listed that way. No one thinks he is.
Yeah.
But that's the way the league works. You're like, oh my gosh, how did everybody miss on Cameron Carr?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Nate Ament seems like he seems like the kind of guy who's going to get slept on a little bit, and then he'll end up being really good.
Yeah.
There's always that one guy that like the public knows is really good, and they just fall in the draft because of like maybe there's an injury thing going on, or like his motor's not great, like he's not very coachable, that kind of thing that only gets talked about behind closed doors. And then the public watches the draft, and they're like, I want that guy on my team. Like Michael Porter Jr. had back issues, but like he should have been drafted way before he got drafted. Halliburton, we talked about earlier, should have been drafted way before, but everyone had a thing about his jump shot, just because it looked weird.
By the way, did you play high school basketball?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my example of that. So your freshman year, did you play on the freshman team or freshman year, whatever level? I don't know who the best player was on your team, but was it clear who the best player was?
Oh, yeah. He was so good.
Okay. Did he stay the best player of the 4 years?
Well, the best player in my class got pulled up. So
that's the one you're referring to?
Yeah, he stayed the best on the team throughout the 4 years because he was like, he got pulled up and then he was just on varsity for most of the time.
Was there someone on your freshman team that may have been second or third, but by the end you're like, either they stopped playing or they just, they were okay?
100%, because they might be listening. This feels weird.
Sorry.
But he would shoot. Like he just had the confidence. Like he could make them, but he wasn't like particularly great at much else. But he would shoot the ball. And a lot of people, like you're young and it's not. So you want to pass or you second guess yourself.
Right.
But by the end, like he wasn't taking as many shots. He wasn't making. He was coming off the bench.
Yeah. So I guess that would be my example if I think what happens in the draft lottery. Like we're looking at guys that are 18, 19, some are 20, 21, 22. And you go, the draft lottery is about who you think is the best at that moment with projections of what they will become. But how on earth do we know that, like, if you redo that one, Giannis is going first, Steph Curry's going number one, Jokic is going number one. Nobody knew they were going to become that. And I bet the draft order was pretty close to what the GMs thought at that moment. Like, the best player on your freshman team, well, he got called up. He's probably going to be a stud. He ended up being a stud.
Yeah.
But not everybody is that. And it's like, well, at this time, at this moment, our freshman class, he's number one. There's no doubt. Well, maybe he's number 8 later. And you're like, how did they miss on him? Or they missed on you and you developed. You're like, he was clearly the best player. We didn't know it then. And so that's what happens here. And it's difficult. And so we're watching one. I mean, and Boozer was a family name. He's known. AJ, I'd heard about Peterson before this year. I hadn't heard about AJ, to be honest. But he came in pretty highly ranked. And then now he's just, everybody's watching him and going, man, this guy looks like a great NBA player. And he just might be. It's really that inexact of it where you're going, okay, there's metrics, there's the eyeball test, there's what other scouts are saying. We think they're going to be great. But how does that 23rd player become the best player in a good draft, or the second rounder, or someone undrafted? Look who's having impact on this year's Kings team. Cardwell. Nobody drafted him. Nobody. He's not the best player in the league. That's not the point, but he was undrafted. 60 picks went. People thought, no, they're that many players better than him. Right now, it doesn't look like it, but he's filling a need for this team. It's a tough process, but you got to get it right. Good luck to Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong and crew, and everyone else to try to figure this out. All right, when we come back, still Friday Fun and Games, but up next, what's on deck? We got 3 in the key for Kings Celtics, Kings Wizards, and celebrity birthdays next.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at SactownSports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is gonna be fun.
it's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Well, thanks to our friends at Trex Decking and Railing. Here's what's on deck. You got Kings basketball today, baby. Kings and Celtics. The Kings went. Was that last year or the year before? The Kings went into Boston and just.
That was last year.
That they beat them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say 2 to 3 years before that, I think is still one of their largest margins of defeat. Like the Kings were actually a decent team, and Boston won by, it was in the 50s.
Yeah, it was weird.
That is a great arena, a great venue. That fan base is intense. It's one of the places I've had the privilege to call a game for the G-Man, and it's still the weirdest location they have in the league. Just bizarre. There's a certain portion of the court you can't see.
Oh.
You just can't see.
Like where you're broadcasting from, you just can't see.
So imagine, I think you told me at the one Kings game that you went to when you were in the
Rowdy Row.
The Rowdy Row, you couldn't see the corner below you?
Yeah, I couldn't see the corner that was like further away from me because you're so high up, the basket covered from the angle that I was at. I couldn't see who was shooting it. I couldn't see if it was going in. I couldn't see if most baskets were going in, honestly, because I can't see behind the backboard. Yeah. But you could see the net move a little bit.
So from where you were, the visual for you or for other Kings fans, imagine where the visitors' bench is and where the visiting team comes running through that tunnel. The way the Garden is in Boston, you're in the lower bowl, but you're on the curve behind the basket and you're kind of at the curve of that, and the players run from right under you. Like I could almost like reach my hand out and touch there. So you're low, but where I'm looking at the court, like right and left is not your typical description of right and left. Like,
yeah,
if I'm saying passes left because I'm seeing the Kings run at me, but if I was sitting courtside, that's a pass to the right. And so that when I first got there, the game I did, the guy's like, ignore your rights and left. It's just, you'll see what I mean. I'm like, oh, you're right. So, but I can remember this description vividly, Anthony. Is this how far back ago it was? Rondo and Ray Allen were on the Celtics. And Rondo had the ball at the top of the key, and like what I remember seeing is he threw it to his left, which would be on my right side in that one corner, and the ball just disappears. So I'm like, it looks like he just throws it away, but it's like ball thrown to the corner, and then you just see, I go shot from the corner, boom, good, and I hear the crowd go crazy, and then I see the referee go 3, and I still have to wait. I'm assuming it's Ray Allen, but I don't know, and then he's running. Ray Allen with the 3, because I didn't even know who was in the corner.
Yeah, that's similar. Weird. They put you in the Rowdy Row.
But just low.
Yeah, lower Rowdy Row.
So G-Man will have that today in Boston. You got Lakers at Wizards. We talked about that game. We also mentioned the Grizzlies at the Pelicans, Blazers at the Knicks. You got Cavs at Suns. That's a sneaky good game. Clippers at Nuggets, Nets at Jazz, Pistons at the Warriors. All right, there you go. It is time. Anthony, you and I will make some predictions here for tonight's game with 3 in the key for the Kings and the Celtics. Let's go. All right, I feel like we can do this now because we just don't know who's playing anymore, how many minutes. So I think we're just going to do a simple, basic, who will be the high scorer for the Kings tonight and how many. I'm going to take my chances because he's just been nonstop bucket getter and maybe even auditioning for Boston. Who knows? I'm going to go DeRozan with 26.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. I am going to go. I feel like I haven't looked at the injury report. I don't know if Sabonis is like questionable because it's a back-to-back.
Who knows?
Russ didn't play yesterday.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go Russ again.
It's a Russ game?
Yeah, let's do Russ more.
Let's have. And how much?
Let's just do 20.
Just 20.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try this one again because our texter wanted it. We want our rookies involved. Neek points, Max boards, and Cardwell blocks. So I'm going to go with Neek's going to have a better game today with 11. Max is going to have 8 rebounds, and Cardwell is going to have, I'm going back to 2 blocks.
Okay. Neek, 6 points.
Okay.
I'm lowering my expectations a little bit. Maybe a get-back game a little bit, just back to baseline.
Yep.
Then Max, 7 rebounds.
Okay.
Again, I think is what I did last time.
And you got it right.
Keep it consistent. Then Cardwell's going to do more because he doesn't have to guard Embiid. So we're going to do 3 blocks.
Okay, and then the random stat you are predicting today. Sorry, and maybe this isn't negative for some because of the way the Kings are doing. I'm gonna go negative today on the Kings. They will never lead. Wire-to-wire win for Boston. Wow. And this could be gone in 2-0. I could be wrong, so we'll see.
Yeah. I am going to be positive, and I'm going to assume that Sabonis is playing, which is not a safe assumption. But let's do double-double for Sabonis.
Double-dub Sabonis. Okay, it is in there. Double-double Sabonis. All right, we got another game to predict for Sunday when we're back on Monday, so let's do it. The Kings version of the Super Bowl, Kings and Wizards. All right, here we go, Anthony. We're going back to the well. High score for this game on Sunday. I'm going to go Levine this time, and he's going to go for 28.
For the Wizards, Dennis
Schroeder.
Yeah.
How many?
24.
Schroeder 24. Okay, now we're changing it up on our middle category. Who will have the most assists and how many? I'm going to go DeRozan with 7.
I'm going to do Sabonis with 8.
And then the random stat. This game is too good. We're going overtime.
Yeah.
I'm calling OT.
I am
at least one.
I'm going to go the opposite route.
Okay.
I think that the Kings are going to blow out the Wizards.
Double-figure beam?
Yeah. Because I think that the Wizards are better at tanking than the Kings are.
I think they have less talent.
True.
When are you playing Trae Young? Where is he? I think that's code for tanking. Tanking Young. Ice Trae. All right, there you go. There are picks. We have Kyle ready. He is your challenger today for celebrity birthdays here before we get to Friday Fun and Games. Hello, Kyle. You there with us?
Now I am because Anthony got my mic up. Yay.
There you go.
I'm ready for the Gen Z celebrity birthday. Maybe the first ever Gen Z celebrity birthday.
We're not going to know anyone.
I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I'm going to see how you guys do here. And I think you guys, I'm going to guess on our movie for today. There's only one movie that came out. Well, there's more than one. But one I want to ask you about that came out on this day and what year. I'm going to first off guess that you both have seen this movie, so I think you got a shot. When was the movie Taken released?
I've seen Taken.
Have you seen Taken?
I've seen only Taken 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh.
Seriously?
No, I'm kidding. But they made a lot of those movies. Also, every Liam Neeson movie since then is just Taken.
Yeah, really.
True.
It's Taken on a boat, Taken in a desert.
Am I going first? I can go first.
Sure.
Let's do 97.
No, it's like 2006, I think.
Well, for the guy that didn't see the movie, Kyle is closer 2009.
That's really?
Yeah.
I was alive when Taken came out. That's so crazy.
And you were alive for Taken 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I know about
On
those.
the boat, on the raft, and on the moped.
There's one where he's on ice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It has 90s like energy. Like it feels very 90s.
I could have read it wrong. I don't think so, though. 2009.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Happy birthday today to Christian Bale.
Apparently it's called Ice Road, is the Liam Neeson Taken ice movie.
Okay.
Christian Bale?
Yep.
I will say 56.
I'm going to go 60.
Kyle is closer, 52.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, this one was specifically picked for Christopher Laud, but wrestler Becky Lynch.
I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is, Kyle?
I've watched like 40 minutes of wrestling in my life,
Okay.
so.
Can we, okay.
Well, let Kyle go first.
I'll say Becky is 33.
Okay. I'm opposite. I'm going to go like 50.
All right, I need to do math. Oh, no, Kyle is still closer. 39th birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Phil Collins.
Oh.
Please tell me you guys know Phil Collins.
But I don't know how old.
Well, Phil Collins looked middle-aged in the 80s, so I'm going to go 75.
I'm going to go 65.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Kyle Ledbetter. Kyle is cleaning up right now. Anthony, we need to get you a win.
I could feel it in the air tonight.
Wow. All right, Anthony, I think you got a shot at these, but so does Kyle, so be ready. Bijan Robinson.
26.
25.
Anthony, I can't get you a win. Kyle's closer, 24 today.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to, hey, they're both the same age? How does that work? Amen and Asur Thompson. Oh, they're twins.
Yeah.
The Thompson twins, how old are they today?
They're 24.
Anthony.
Off. They're like 21, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm going to say 22.
You know what, Anthony? You got a partial win. 23.
Okay.
Anthony and Kyle tie for that one. All right.
I'll take it.
You got 3 more cracks at this, Anthony.
Okay.
Jalen Rose.
He's 50.
Fab 5 was 92. I'll say 51.
He got you again. 53.
Really?
Yep. All right, 2 left. Former number 1 pick, former Laker, current Laker broadcaster, father of Clay, Michael Thompson.
64.
Father of that baseball player that was on
Trace?
the Dodgers. Yes. He played in the 80s, so I'm going to say 60. How about 60 on the dot?
What did you say, Anthony?
64.
Yeah!
I got it?
No, not right on. 71. You were kind of far off, but you were close. But you were closer than Kyle.
Yes,
I think he
that's all that
point-shaved.
matters.
Kyle tanked on that one for you. Last
I
one.
appreciate it.
Tom Izzo.
Ooh.
Kyle, go first.
Is he still coaching?
He is. The Spartans of Michigan State. H to the Izzo.
Man, he's got to be like, I'll say 69.
68.
Wrong way, Anthony.
Wrong way. I wanted to go
71.
first.
Okay.
For Tom Izzo.
Oh,
man, that was a beatdown.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Birthdays are hard. I don't know.
Well, they're meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. I think you owe Kyle a box of crumble cookies.
Probably.
Yeah.
This is like Verlade is like the MLB, I'm the AAA, and then Anthony's like the AA.
He might be rookie ball.
I don't know if I've ever played the game.
He's just, what is baseball? I've just learned about this sport. All right, when we come back, we will see what's coming up with Matt and Kayla, and we've got Friday fun and games to wrap up the week for us here on Sactown Sports.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Every weekday live and local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Online at SactownSports.com or download the app right on your phone. Your #1 source for all your Northern California sports. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Get more for your money at Elk Grove Chevrolet, where value meets style. Purchase a new 2026 Chevrolet Trax for just $299 per month plus tax. The Trax delivers more for less with a sleek design, impressive fuel economy, and tech that keeps you connected. Conveniently located in Elk Grove, just minutes from Sacramento. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today for full details and see why the Trax is such a smart choice.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT this month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here we are.
Friday Fun and Games. Hopefully it isn't something to do with names. Friday Fun and Games. Friday Fun and Games. I don't.
Do you ever, had you ever heard the Hit the Post one that we've done before?
No.
Ooh, hockey reference?
Well, it should be, but it's not. It's like a DJ reference. So, were you ever a DJ? Ever? I never was. But...
I never was a DJ.
Not in the car?
Well,
in the car for sure.
So, anyway, the game would be this, Kayla, where Chris Watkins was dreading it.
I know this.
So, I would give you a topic of something sports related. So, Giannis in the trade rumors.
Yeah.
And then the song would start, and you would have to lead up to right when you get to that, like hitting the post like a DJ. It's like, it's Kayla, the Giannis getting traded to the Bucks, and blah, blah, and then try to hit the song title and write in, and that's one of the games we played. But it's a challenge.
Tough.
I think I'd do good at that.
Okay.
That's tough.
I
think I'd do good at that.
I might be sick on that day.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I think I'd do good at that. How hard could it be, huh?
Before we get to our games, let's at least say what is coming up on your show today.
We are reacting to one Samuel Amik, a great conversation that you had. We're splitting it in half, though. He had a lot of great stuff about Giannis and around the NBA, a lot of good stuff about the Kings. We'll dive into both of those. We're really going to explore, too, when it comes to the Kings talk, if Keon's the only one that's traded and we get to the offseason, like what needs to happen in the offseason, not just for the sake of the organization, but what needs to happen in the offseason for the sake of the fans? And also, how much does Scott Perry owe it to Doug Christie to clean some of this up
Yeah.
going into next season so he doesn't basically just have the same problem and now he spent 2 years of his contract trying to figure out this mess of a roster. So we'll
Right.
dive into that. And we're going to talk a lot about the coaching battle in the Super Bowl, Vrabel versus McDonald.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 really good coaches and
Yeah.
younger coaches that could really put their stamp on their early careers as head coaches. So
No football this weekend.
it's a little
Wah,
weird.
wah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, we've got plenty of Kings tonight,
Yeah.
and then they play again Sunday.
Kings,
Yeah.
Wizards.
That is the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
That's a
Wingardium
biggie.
Leviosa.
I have no idea what you just said.
From Harry Potter.
I was like, is that a term that you're using with the Wizards?
No, it's
oh,
a
yeah,
spell.
'cause
It
the
makes things
yeah.
levitate, you dweebs.
Technically, the Wizards
We're the
are
dweebs.
You're the dweebs.
levitating.
Leviosa.
It's Leviosa,
Yeah.
not Leviosa. See,
That
he
I
understands.
Harry Potter's not that nerdy.
What do you think is the... Never mind. We're not going to do this. We
Ask
need to
it really
get
fast.
No. What do you think the spell Avada Kedavra does?
Shrinks you. And you can take that where you want it.
Shrinks you.
Um,
Men, do you have Avada Kedavra?
There's a pill for that. Makes you lose a limb.
Ooh.
Okay. It is the death spell in Harry Potter. It's like the murder spell. It's the elite. If you
So it shrinks you and makes
if
you lose a limb.
If I say Avada Kedavra and point my wand at you, you dead. I just shot you
So
with a
the
gun.
Kings have been granted that spell. already.
Sure.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay.
Anyway, Friday fun.
Friday fun and
games.
games. All right, you guys ready for this week's edition?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
so here's how it's going to go. I'm going to end up giving you guys a category, and you will know the category before the game starts.
Okay.
We'll start with Matt. Matt will be the first one that sets a bid. It's almost like name that tune. If I say the category, you go, oh, I can name, and you're going to get 15 seconds.
Oh, no.
So you put a bid out there. You go, I can name 5 of those. And if Kayla, you think you can go ahead of that, you can go 6 or 10. Anthony and Kyle will also be playing. So you can move the level up, and then when it finally gets like, I can't beat that, then it'll be on the person with the highest bid at the end to do it in 15 seconds.
All right, let's do it.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So we're going to start with this.
Anthony's in too, yeah?
Yeah, Anthony and Kyle. So, Matt, you set the bid for how many quarterbacks that started a game this year in the NFL can you name in 15 seconds?
I'll go 5.
Okay, Kayla?
I'll go 7.
Anthony, above 7?
I don't think I can do more
Okay,
than
Kyle?
7, 15.
I'll go 8.
Ooh.
Oh,
Matt?
boy.
I think he can do 8, but I don't
So,
think
I
raise the
know.
bar.
8.
Maybe
15
it'll be you.
seconds
Maybe
is the hard part.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
is.
yeah, I
That
don't
is.
I don't think I can do more
Okay,
than
so are you
8.
done?
So I'm done.
Kayla?
I can do 9.
Woo! Anthony, you're back in if you can go above 9. I don't know why. Kyle?
I'll go 10.
Oh, my goodness. Matt? No? You out?
I'm out. Oh,
Kayla?
I'm big time.
I'm out.
Okay, Kyle, start the clock.
Friday fun
Anthony,
and games.
Go. 10 quarterbacks. Go.
Joe Flacco, Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel. I
It's
don't
not
hear
working.
the clock.
The clock's not working.
Hold on. Oh, misfire.
Let me open the file again.
Miss-
Oh, my
Fire.
goodness. Well, he's now got,
That's
he
about
bought
4
some
or
extra
5
time.
seconds.
Well, I'll just go. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Flacco. I said that. Daniel Jones, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. That feels like 15 seconds.
We needed the
Yeah.
clock. That was
Yeah.
going to be close.
Yeah.
We have a clock malfunction?
Yeah, for some reason the file literally disappeared. I got to find another one.
Christopher Laud took the clock with
He
it.
did. He
He
always
did.
takes it
He's
with him.
like,
Well,
I'm
now you
out.
guys understand the game. I don't know. Do we think Kyle made that?
I don't.
He got off to a great
I don't
start.
know.
He wasted at least
5
a second
seconds?
and a half with a
And
So-
then he said Flacco again.
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Flacco twice.
It was a party foul. He turned
That's
it over.
you know what I would have had it. I just got thrown off by the clock, not counting.
It's
Yeah.
always someone else's fault.
My strategy at the beginning was just name the 4 Browns quarterbacks
I heard that. That
started.
was interesting.
That would have been like
depth
half
of
of
the
That's
it.
actually
Browns.
smart.
That's really smart. I was going to go by divisions.
To Kyler Murray, yeah.
All right, Anthony, what's our update here? We got a clock.
Got
okay.
the clock.
Can we test the clock?
Yeah, let's
Test it.
hear it just so we know. So we know it sounds. Yeah, it's ominous. So you have that in the background.
Oh, no,
waiting
I
on
don't
you.
like that.
Awful.
No, I don't
Okay.
like that.
Next category, 15 seconds again. Nat, we'll start with you again. No, we'll start with Kayla this time. Kayla, you set the bar for movies that have sequels. Now, the catch is you can't say like Austin Powers 1, Austin Powers, like they're just, that would be a franchise that has sequels. So how many movies that have sequels can you name in 15 seconds?
Probably 5.
5. Anthony.
I could do 6.
Kyle?
Just immediate pass.
Okay. Matt.
7.
Okay.
I'm
Kayla.
not going more.
Anthony?
I don't think I can do 7.
Oh, Matt. 7 movies with sequels. Start the clock now.
Okay, Mulan has a sequel. Lion King has a sequel. The Lord of the Rings has a sequel. Pirates of the Caribbean has a sequel. Cinderella does have a sequel, believe it or not. Tarzan has a sequel. Oh my God, that's stressful. Star Wars has a sequel. That's 7.
I think he was out.
No, I got it at the buzzer.
Let's review it. No.
No,
Just say no.
No, the clock was broken.
For the group, Cinderella sequel?
Cinderella has Cinderella 2. There is a Cinderella 2. It sucks.
It's like straight to DVD.
It
should
sucks.
never be
It's
a sequel,
trash.
by the way.
How about Anthony just yells once it's over?
I'll just scream.
Cinderella 2.
I would never watch that.
It's trash.
There's like a Beauty and the Beast Christmas thing
It's
too. Do those count?
trash. And I don't know why that popped into my brain.
Somehow didn't go Toy Story.
Yeah. You know, they reviewed it. The ball was still in your
Nope.
hands.
Nope.
No win
Ryan
from that.
Hollins tipped it.
All right, next one. Anthony, you lead this category.
Okay.
15 seconds. Current NBA head coaches.
No, I'm out on this one.
I can do 4.
Okay, low bar. Kyle.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I can't.
You know what, Anthony? I'm just out. No, I can do 5.
Matt?
6.
Kayla?
I'm out.
6. Anthony?
I feel like Kyle can do a lot, so I'm gonna say 7.
Yeah,
Hope
raise the bar,
can do
Kyle.
8.
This is good strategy. You know what? I'll say 8.
Matt?
I'm out.
What? Okay.
I'm
You
out
two and-
too.
Oh,
dang
all right. How
it.
many
I
is
wanted
it?
Matt
8?
to. I wanted Matt to do 9.
I know they're doing it for me to do 9. I know what they're
All right,
doing.
you're on the
now
clock.
I'm Zachariah. Dang
8 NBA head coaches, go.
Tuomas Isalo, JB Bickerstaff, Doug Christie, Tyronn Lue, JJ Redick, Jordan Ott, Rick Carlisle, Jamal Mosley, Eric Spoelstra, the guy for the Spurs.
There you go.
Guy for the Spurs.
So I played the I felt
Did I get it?
could do it.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yay.
I played the I thought they were trying to set me up, so that's why I didn't.
Right.
It didn't work.
I was trying to set you up.
Strategy.
Yeah, they were as soon as I say 9, all those cowards are running for the hills.
Cowards. All right, Kyle, you set the bar in this category. Restaurant chains.
Oh boy.
How many
Oh,
restaurant
yeah,
chains
baby.
can you name?
You like food?
Say 6.
Matt?
7.
Kayla. Yes.
I can't do 8.
Okay. Kyle?
You know what? I've already done 2. I'll pass.
Matt?
Go,
Matt
Kayla.
versus Kayla. Oh, 8 restaurant chains in 15 seconds. Kayla Anderson, go.
Applebee's, O'Charlie's, TGIF Fridays. Let's go with Olive Garden. Let's go with Boston Pizza. Let's go with McDonald's. Let's go with Wendy's. Let's go with shoot.
She's at 7.
Shoot. You've heard of shoot.
Shoot.
What was Boston? What? Boston Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I thought like Boston Market.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
so
thought
too.
Boston
The entire
Market,
city
too.
of Boston.
I
So,
think Boston Market's no longer.
The timer does it,
No,
doesn't
it-
it? Like
it
in your
really
head.
does.
It
Also,
freaks you out.
I need a ruling. If there's no TGI Fridays in Sacramento, does that count?
Oh, it's a chain. It just
It's
went away. It
definitely
used to be a
yeah.
place. Yeah.
I should have said, what's the lobster?
Red
Red
Lobster.
Red Lobster. They're still in business.
There's a couple Reds. Red Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you probably could have done all reds.
Yeah.
Red Rover.
Red Rover.
Big Red.
My dog's red, so, you know.
The name or it's
Red.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, Matt, you failed.
I didn't do well at
Kayla,
all.
you failed. No, you guys didn't. No, you did. You guys were both right at the
We were
buzzer.
really close.
Mine counted.
No,
I
it
think-
didn't.
no,
we
it
reviewed
did.
it. There was a challenge
It
and
did.
everything.
We
We went back to
didn't
No,
Secaucus,
I was watching
reviewed
the
it.
timeline. I just didn't yell. I should have
Yeah.
yelled.
He didn't. That's clock operator's fault.
No, you were late.
I hit the shot.
Yeah.
I hit the shot.
Epic fail.
Oh
Kyle
boy, I
was
can't
the
wait for the
only
last 2-minute
victorious
report.
one.
We'll
Last
try
2-minute
this
report
again.
will
Maybe
vindicate
hit
me.
the post though. I'm looking forward to that one, you guys.
That's scary.
I'm gonna nail that.
Remember he
Yeah,
said
put
that.
it on a post-it.
Yes, exactly. All right, that's it for us. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you to Sam, Amik. Thank you to everyone listening and or watching. Matt and Kayla coming up next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger,